Good morning, everybody. How are you? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hey, Jax. Yes and yes. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, sounds good. Looks good. Okay. Lovely, lovely. I thought I'd just come on and do something a little bit different this morning. I'll come on and have a coffee. Just have a catch up. Hi, Dave. See how everybody's doing. Hence the lack of makeup this morning. I haven't done a morning stream just like this in such a long time, and I thought it'll actually be quite a nice idea. I do hopefully at some point have some other people coming on as well. Hi, Orbs. How's it down in New Haven? Hey, Margie. Hi, Nina. Wow, everybody's coming in this morning. Yes, hello, good morning, Lulu. Meow. Sun's just coming out. Oh, nice. Very nice. Oops. Oops. Sorry about that. Wrong thing. I think so too, Dave. And I can't do anything right this morning. There we go. Let's try this again. There we go. That's better. So did everybody have a nice Friday night? I know some of you, it is the middle of the night. Other places, it's the middle of the afternoon. Right, let's get rid of that. Don't need that. Oh, black or white, Margie, or with or without sugar? Mine's white with 2. Hi, Carolina, or Carolina. Sorry. Hope you're well. So, how's everybody's week been? Good? Bad? Glad it's the weekend? I know some in the States have had the... Thank you, Glenn. You like that one? Do you like this one as well? Mine is light and sweet. Nice. That sounds very good. Staying productive. That's good, Dave. Herman. The Hermanator. Fancy popping up, Herman? Hello, Paradaughter. How are you, my sweetie pie? Hey, Spirit Hunter. Oh. Hello, Lulu. What are you up to? If you guys would do me a big favor, I don't normally ask, but I've not really had much time to post this around. Oh, Lulu's good, Stephen. Thank you. So I'd really appreciate it if you just give me a hand and just share it about so people know that I'm actually on. Hi, Ivan. Be greatly appreciated. I know some people aren't normally around this time of the day. But I have to say, it's actually very strange streaming on my own channel at this time of day. I've not done it in a long time. Hi, Paige. Hope you're having a nice morning. Thanks, Kirsty. Oh, I've just realised I've got writing over my head. I think I need to bend down a little bit. Oops. There we go. Thank you, Ivan. Oh, I don't know about that, Kirsty. Now I need coffee and some pants. Pants as in trousers or pants as in pants, Ivan? I'm going to go as it pants as in like trousers, jogging bottoms. Wrong channel. That's funny. So what's all your plans for this weekend? Anybody got anything good going on? AD90, no worry, hon. My day, Nina. Well, it started about 3 hours ago. I've been playing around this morning. I'm hopefully going down to the river near in town later on. And for my sister and a friend of hers for an early birthday. And then this evening, I don't know. Let's see what happens. I don't know how long we're going to be down at the river for. We're going to be doing a barbecue. Thank you, Stephen. So that's my today plan. Oh, and hopefully a little bit of shopping in between. And maybe Madam will be going home as well. You're busy like crazy, clean and people. Oh, gold. I know, right? Barbecue. What, Lulu? Shush. You can always come down here. Oops. And Sunday, I don't think I'll actually be doing anything. Probably resting from today and recovering. So are you in the States or are you elsewhere, Nina? Because I know that you're normally around this time of the day. So it's either UK or somewhere like Australia or New Zealand. Or I might be completely wrong altogether. What's the matter, Lulu? 4 hours? My God, that's crazy. Come here. Come here then. Yeah, come here. That's Miss Diva, you can hear. Oh. There we go. Ding, 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 ding. Go and lie down, Lulu. Yes, if you could, that would be greatly appreciated. Hello, Miss Joanne. How are you this morning? Lulu, shush. Shush. Perfect. Lovely. Well, hopefully my guests will be here soon. So I'm just going to have to pick up the slack until they arrive. I'm good, thanks, Joanne. No, Lulu likes it when Lulu likes it here, Stephen. She gets lots of attention. More than what she normally gets, more than what she deserves half the time. Oh dear. Okay. No problemo. So how are you liking the look here, guys, anyway? Looks good. Oh, Joanne. Most important thing, did you get your socks? Thank you, thank you. Thank you. All slobbery. Blah. Not very nice at all. You're hearing a strange interference noise, like a scratching sound. Don't know. Could be the fan going, Stephen. I really don't know. Take care, D90. Thank you for coming. Have a nice weekend. I might see you around somewhere, wherever. Lisa! Hello, my dear. You hear that too? Oh, don't worry, D90. It's fine. Yeah, if they ever actually get here, I know that one of them's on a call at the moment. Let me see. Let me see if I can get this looking any better. Hang on. No, going seasick. Let me see if I can. Has that hum seemed to have stopped somewhat? Yes, I know. I can't. Look. It's either going to have to be a bit of a hum or a bit dark. Okay. I can't do much about it, I'm afraid, at the moment. Yeah, I know. I'll have to put it back. I can't do much about it, I'm afraid, because the webcam's sitting on top of the laptop and the fan isn't that far apart. How are you, Alyssa? Shush, cheeky. Shush. I'm good, thank you, my dear. Margie, it's fine. Don't worry, hun. Is that what I've been looking for? Yes, Lulu. I know you do. Yeah, it does when you're ending up moving around the webcam. It's like, whoa. Hi, Boomer. Hope you're well. Excuse me, guys. Good. Glad to hear it. I'm well, thanks, Boomer. Listening, making more coffee. I wish I could have some more coffee. I've run out of milk. Mind you, I can always do a black coffee later. Hey, Tara Bell. How are you, my dear? Oh, Alyssa. Mind you, kids wouldn't be kids if they weren't driving you insane. Oh, did you work last night, Tara? Or were you out? Of course. Yeah, I love some of yours, Jojo. Always. I know, Tara, you are always working. When do you have free? Oh, crikey. Yeah, I forgot you were me. Yeah, that's right. How's that going? Is that going well? Mm-hmm. That's true, Joanne. Oh, nice, Margie. Kitties and rainbows. Or the only thing that's missing is the unicorns. How old will she be? Oh, brilliant, Tara. That's good. Oh, 4. Oh, bless. Cute. Yeah, 4's a nice age, actually. I don't remember much being 4, but from going from my nephews, my youngest nephew is 5, I think. And my niece she'll be 3 in May. Take care, Boomer. Thank you for popping in. Have a great weekend. Well, Nina, if you think that you've got so many of them, my grandmother, God rest her soul. Hey, Peggy, morning. You too, Nat. Take care. Have a great weekend, hun. Yeah, my grandmother, Nina, if she would still be here, she had 13. Well, my mother's one of 13 kids. And I think now it would be about 70 grandchildren and about 30 to 35 great grandchildren. So there's a big family. Yeah. Oh, 6 months. Oh, cute age. My oldest nephew is 17, and so the youngest one is 2.5. 2.5? Yeah, 2.5. Yeah, big Irish family. Hello, Nish. How are you, sweetheart? Good morning.
Good morning.
Guest number 1.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Good.
What you been up to?
I did a little bit of annotating first thing.
Yeah.
Just catching up on YouTube, really.
Oh, right. Okay.
Watched Dave Devoided Senses Oval when he went back there.
Okay.
Yeah, he got some interesting little things on that spirit box session he did.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
Are you playing YouTube in the background by any chance?
No, not as far as I know.
No, because I'm getting a little bit of feedback.
Okay. Just bear with me. Let me just check.
Yeah. It is Stephen, the man with the white dot.
What about now? What's that like?
1, 2, 3. Now I can still hear myself a little bit.
Okay, that's weird.
Oh, no.
You didn't get it before I came in, though?
No.
That's really strange.
Have you got a speaker plugged in or anything?
No.
No. Don't know.
What's that like now? Is that any different?
But I'm not actually hearing anything at the moment. Oh, I am a little bit.
It's really strange.
I know. Very strange.
Let me just mute my microphone.
Okay. The man with the hand, that's what I used to call. That's funny, Joanne. How's your going there?
Did it change when I just muted myself?
Yeah, there was no fit. I couldn't hear myself.
And the feedback is back now, yeah?
Yeah.
That's really strange.
I know.
Can anybody else hear it?
It's just more when I'm talking. Oh, it's not doing it now. Oh, okay. Only a little bit every now and then.
Might just be the stream settling down.
Possibly. Nina, that's Glenn. That's North Nottingham. That's normally in the chat. Yeah, no, I can hear myself on.
Strange.
That's strange. It doesn't normally happen.
No.
No.
It's normally crystal clear.
I know.
What about now? Is that
1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, it seems better. A little bit.
So it seems to have gone now then?
If I'm talking quite low, I can't really hear anything. But as soon as I go up in pitch, there's a slight feedback loop.
And what about those in the chat? Can they hear it too?
I don't know. Guys, are you hearing like a feedback loop at all? When I talk, yeah.
That's really strange.
Mm-hmm. Have you got your headphones nearby?
I can try them. Just bear with me.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I hear too, Joanne.
Okay, what's that like now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just put the headphones in.
Yeah. They say if you do hear like an echo to put headphones in.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything at all.
No, you wouldn't. It wouldn't be because it's coming from you. So you'll hear hear everything perfectly fine, but then the other person will hear a slight echo.
Ah, so it's my fault.
It's your fault. Yeah, Margie says she has us both clear now. Thank you,
Okay.
Margie.
Hi, Margie. Hi, Joanne Cheesy Balls. Hi, Stephen. Hello there, Peggy Sue. Hi, Tara.
Nina.
Hello there, Nina.
Hello.
I was just going back through the chat.
Yeah, let's see what that comes up like. There we go. I can put the names on now.
Hi there.
Looks funny otherwise. Ivan.
Ivan. Iwan, but it's spelled I-W-A-N. It's Iwan.
Yeah, pronunciation is like E-E-V-A-N. Ivan.
Ivan.
Yes.
Ivan. Sounds like a Viking, don't it?
Yeah, I think it. Nothing. I don't think anything's completely perfect, Margie. To be honest. Oh dear, that's funny. So, what's your plans for the weekend, Glenn? Anyway.
I was going to do a live from down the river. I've been wanting to do one for the last few days actually, but the weather's been so bad with rain and high wind. So
that's crazy. I think
plays havoc.
Go on, sorry.
So I said it plays havoc with the microphones when you get wind and.
That's true. Nina, Glenn can see the chat. I don't think Ivan's very happy with you.
No.
No, first it's Ivan the Terrible, and now he's a Viking.
Well, I thought Ivan the Terrible was a Viking.
I've got no idea. It might be wrong area.
Hi there, Peggy Sue. Yeah, what question have you got, Nina? Keep it clean, though.
Yes.
I'm on about my 7th coffee this morning.
Oh no! Well, I've had my 3rd, so the next one I have is going to have to be a black coffee.
Is Colleen okay, Glenn?
No.
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 No. Definitely not. I'll just let you know, Nina, that I actually take the paranormal quite seriously. So you basically wouldn't see me in channels like that. Very controversial.
Yeah, you won't catch Glenn near that channel at all.
I'm an old hat at the paranormal. I've been going 38 years in the field, so I know the difference between what real paranormal is and what isn't. And because I actually talk to a lot of people in the scientific paranormal community on forums, it's kind of like I like to keep my credibility.
I think Ivan's giving out money. I'll have some money, Ivan.
Hang on, Ivan.
Please,
hang on, Ivan.
I have some more.
Hang on, Ivan. Let me just wheel up my barrow, fill it up. If I'm going to take some, I may as well take it all.
Oh dear, that's funny.
Ivan's off, look. He's just noticed the time.
Yeah. It's because your voice sounds very familiar.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I'm actually from the Midlands in the UK, Nottingham, so I suppose it's quite a standard British voice.
Yeah, I suppose. I suppose it is.
I'm
Really?
actually quite flat. I don't really have an accent, you know, unlike if you go to the north, obviously you've got, you know, Scotland, then you've got Wales, Ireland. Even though there are variations in the way people's voices come out, even in England, but I'm actually quite central to all that. So my voice is probably quite standard compared to some.
True. Well, I thought. Well, we know that a lot of the ladies like your voice anyway, my dear.
Oh, right. I did not know that.
Well, there you go. Well, I do.
I know John Huntington says that he feels like falling asleep when he listens to me talk.
Well, your voice is a very calming voice, so you know it's that if you've got a calming voice, then it's understandable that people are going to more or less automatically feel very relaxed and stuff.
I do have an accent. What sort of accent?
Yeah, Peggy's right. Well, don't forget, Peggy's south like me to a degree.
Yeah.
So Peggy's got more of a southern accent than like a sort of Midlands further up north type accent. So even to me, it sounds like you have an accent.
Yeah, I am actually Scottish. Not that you would recognise that.
Yeah. Kirsty. Men like his voice too. I know a couple, but I won't mention names in here.
Oh.
Hi, Katie. Good morning.
Tell me who they are, Kirsty. I can send them sexy deep voice clips.
Nina, I don't care what he says. Ready, guys? We've got guest number 3 and guest number 2.
Hi there, Katie.
Good morning.
Who's up here? Someone else is up here.
It's Glenn.
Glenn is up on this live stream. I'm just it's StreamYard.
So here.
We're talking about that. We're talking about accents, Dave.
Oh no. Hold on. So we're on whose channel are we on? Are we on your channel, Zara?
We're on mine.
All right. So I gotta pull up your channel and tweet out the stream then. Paranormal white noise. It's an honor to be up here with Glenn. Wow.
I know. Who would have thought that it'd end up being on my channel that you two are finally actually in a stream?
Oh, that's much better because now I don't have to worry about running a show.
Yeah, but just remember mine don't go as bad as yours, Dave.
As bad? What do you mean?
Well, yeah, let's just say a classical insomniac stream.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be nice. What is this? Coffee and chat morning with a few guests. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, let me tweet this thing out.
I think Margie was surprised that Dave turned up.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Good morning, Greenbaywacky.
Bear with me. It's so much to do. Get in here and enjoy coffee.
Exactly.
Coffee with a great panel.
Of course.
All right. Get in here and enjoy coffee. 1E. There with a great panel. There we go. All right. Tweet it out. We're moving along. Got to see what you got going on for a chat here. I'm talking to myself. Sorry. I should have muted my mic.
Go for it, Dave. Go for it.
Got a lot of people. Got a lot of people in there.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Some names I even recognize. Stefan Dennis, Nina Landis is in here. Yeah.
Margie.
It's actually
quite Omens. Yeah.
It's actually quite early for Europe, Dave. There's not many people awake at the moment.
No. Oh, I don't know. Okay, it's almost 11 o'clock your time.
Yeah, it's midday. You're an hour in front, aren't you?
Yeah. You'd have to watch the very, very beginning of this, Dave.
What happened?
My intro. actually using StreamYard.
Oh.
Well, you can play. You can play it now, can't you, Zara?
Yeah, I can play it now. Everybody's mic will go quiet, but I'll play it now. Hang on. Where are we? There we go.
Hi there, Meggyn.
Just for everybody in chat.
Yeah.
And she pulled that in without OBS, Dave.
This is all pulled in without OBS, the whole lot. No OBS required.
No OBS required. Well, I've told people, StreamYards isn't a viable option for people who want to live stream.
Yeah.
Just because I prefer Zoom doesn't mean that StreamYards is not a good option for people.
That's true.
Is this the paid version or the free version that we're on?
No, this is the paid version.
Paid version, okay.
Yes.
I'm really surprised that StreamYard has been going about, it's over a year, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I've never really seen anybody do anything with it like this.
No. Well, it's like even, hang on, let me just bring any old one up. You can even have, where are we? Let's see. Okay, this is actually one of my backdrops from one of my other streams, but I'll put it on here quick so you can see it once it's uploaded. There we go. You can actually do like animated backgrounds using GIFs.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, Margie. Okay, must behave and put my brace back on and stop typing.
Oh, man.
Oh, hang on. Good
Well, I'll be
morning, my darling.
Oh, yeah.
How are you doing, Zara?
Now, remember, we're not on the Insomniac. We're on Zara's channel, Ben, so we got to tone it down.
Dave, you don't have to tell me anything, Dave. I respect Zara, unlike you, okay? So,
will you respect me in the morning? And we're up here with Glenn for the first time. We're up here with Glenn.
Ain't that something else? Hey, Glenn's a good guy. Ben. He's a good guy. How are you doing, Glenn?
I'm fine, thank you, Ben.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Would you like me to come over there and tarmac your bedroom for a $5?
Something about tarmac in the bedroom. What's that?
Say that again, Glenn. Say it again.
I say there, Cab, would you like me to come over there and tarmac your bedroom for a $5?
Oh, geez, I don't even know. I can't remember the last time I was in the bedroom. I forgot what that place looked like. I'm usually in front of this camera.
He's in that garage. He doesn't even know what his house looks like.
Somebody locked him in the garage, threw away the key.
In the garage.
Yeah,
in the garage. We're in the garage.
We're in the garage.
That's right. Garage.
Yeah.
I actually said garage then.
Oh, jeepers. We're going to make him American.
Oh, God. I don't know. Glenn, as long as he doesn't say that pants are trousers, you're all right.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I told Zara before, I saw a little story on the internet about some English actors that were doing American roles that had actually done the American roles so long, they lost their accent. They actually had to hire a coach to relearn their English accent.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest story. I didn't know that was possible.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So
Margie Owens, I just want to say hello to Margie. I don't get to see her too often anymore, but
Margie pops in from time to time.
Oh, sorry. I screwed the pooch on that one.
I got my coffee right next to me.
Wow. Margie, it's so good to see you. My goodness. Steph and Dennis, how are you doing?
Yeah. Oh my God, it's Cab7 Ben.
Megan,
Stephen,
how are you?
why wouldn't you? It's like it's Ben, it's Dave.
Hey, TC.
So I
Wow.
gotta ask you, Zara, when I
Yeah.
first came up here, you said you and Glenn were talking about accents. What were you talking about? What was the subject?
Yeah, it's Peggy Blackwing. She was saying that Glenn has an accent, but Glenn, where Glenn comes from in England, it's sort of in the Midlands. So some will have an accent, some will not have an accent, and some will have a very light accent because where they're in the Midlands, they've sort of like got a combination of it all.
Yeah, it's like, because I'm quite central in the UK, it's kind of like north, south, east, and west from me. Everybody accents starts to change each mile you go out. So in England, if you go to the next village, they sound different. If you go out another mile to another village, they sound different again, and so on and so on and so on.
Yeah.
Listen, I've got an Irish accent, but I was born in Germany. I don't know what happened to the accent back then, but apparently back in the 1960s when I was born, I had somewhat of a German accent. But now that I've been living in Pennsylvania all these years, I've picked up the accent here, and it's not even Irish. So I don't know what happened between Germany and Ireland and the United States. I'm just a messed up person.
I'm sorry, I just like to talk like Arnold, the Terminator. That's my accent. Little girly man out in the audience. I see you out there.
Give us an I'll be back, Dave.
I'll be back. Hasta la vista, baby.
I'll be back. Hasta la vista, baby.
No, I'm sorry, Glenn. You just can't do that. You can't pull that.
No.
Can't.
You can't.
When I'm on form, though, I can actually pull off quite a few accents. But I have to be like kind of like in the mood. I can't just. It's like when you say to Zara, speak German, and she kind of like gets stumped, for something to say.
But I can do that though. That's the difference. I can switch.
Yeah, you can, but you find it difficult to actually say something.
Yeah, if I don't know what to say.
Speak German now, then, Zara.
Guten Morgen, wie geht's euch?
Oh, that was just too easy.
Guten Morgen.
When's
when you turn around and said, well, do it now. So it's like, boom, there you go.
When Zara normally says something, I say, "It's good, yeah."
It's good, yeah.
It's good, yeah. Good, yeah. Hildegard from the old country.
Well, she is. She's Bavaria.
In the part of Germany that I was born, it was Guten Morgen, mein Liebchen.
Guten Morgen, mein Liebchen. Yes.
I wish my daughter was here. Haley speaks German to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
To a degree. She took it in school for many years.
Yes, she did, didn't she?
Yeah, when she went to Oktoberfest in Germany a few years ago, she said the problem was she does kind of speak it, but not as fast as the locals. So if she would speak some German, she's like...
No, actually, do you know what? If you want to say to her, if she ever comes to Germany for a visit, it doesn't matter how slow you speak German. The Germans actually really do appreciate it because they know it's not an easy language to learn.
I've always been told it's sort of a rough language because it's got a lot of accent on it.
It's actually quite the way I speak it is not correct because the German language is very monotone.
You're from the south, Zara, so
I'm in the south. I don't come from the south.
Okay, you're in the south, so because you're in Bavaria, their German is more fluty.
Yes.
More la-di-da than like up in north. It's like when I first started talking to Zara, she used to I used to ask her to teach me like German, and it's like you have to have a lot of like spittle in your throat, like it's just weird. Yeah, and
Ike.
I'm trying to pronounce words. I'm trying to pronounce words, and Zara just sits there laughing, which just totally puts me off.
I can't help it. It's just so funny. It really is funny. It's like you got to be able to roll your R's.
See, I can't do that.
Glenn really can't roll his R's. It's like it sounds like a mouthwash day.
I feel like I'm on an episode of Star Trek.
No, that would be Klingon. Kapla! Kapla! Kapla!
I don't know. I thought it sounded like a load of Wookiees then.
No, I can't do it.
That was actually quite a good one, Zara.
Thank you.
Oh, people are typing German in the chat there.
Yeah.
Stefan Dennis, what is that? Volta das Bett in...
Wollte das Bett in Flammen sein?
What does that mean?
Something to do with putting a bed in flames. Yeah.
Wow.
TCTV, that's like Dave trying to speak English. Yeah.
Yeah. Mind you, you do a good English accent though, Ben.
Ben does actually when he tries.
Brilliant.
He's got to get into the character, but when
but
he does.
what did you say? I was more of the snooty type English.
Who, me?
Yeah, when I did that accent, you said it was more of the
a posh English.
Yeah, posh.
It's a bit of more of a posh English.
Yeah.
I say, old chap, how the devil are you?
Yeah. But you know, if I do the English accent, then it gets mixed up with the Irish accent.
Yeah.
And so I mess it up every time.
Well, you know, Willy Wonka was filmed in Munich.
What was what in Munich?
Willy Wonka. The old Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was filmed in Munich, Germany.
Do you know what else was in Munich? And do you know what else is actually still in Munich?
What?
A Never-Ending Story.
Oh, really?
And the dragon is actually at Bavaria Film Studios. I've not actually. I've been on the grounds of this film studio, but I've not actually gone to where a bit like their film museum type thing, where they've got the actual dragon from Never-Ending Story there.
Okay, I'll do it for Zara. The never-ending story. The never-ending story.
Wonderful.
Was that actually a dragon, though, or was it like a floppy dog?
It's a dragon.
I thought he was sort of a big dog.
No,
Yeah.
it's a dragon.
He's a
Wait,
dragon. I thought he was a
doesn't
big
look like a
dog.
dragon.
Come on. All right, I'm going to Google. Whatever Google says, it must be true.
Oh dear, that's funny.
Say that to my kids all the time. You know, they see stuff.
It's a dog. I don't believe it's a dragon.
Okay, what does Google say?
His name is Falker in English. Let's see here.
That sounds German.
Yeah, in German it's Fucker or Futcher. I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's not Fokker, is it? That's a
German
airplane.
Oh, check this out, Zara. We got to put this in her corner.
Go on.
Although he looks dog-like in the film adaptation, he's actually a dragon.
There you go.
Yeah. So he looks dog-like, but he is a dragon.
Pat on the back for me there.
Pat on the back for Zara.
Yep.
Get some applause for her.
Head swell.
No, I don't get a swollen head. I don't do that, Glenn.
Well, dragons, they're more like Game of Thrones. Now they're dragons, fire breathing. I never saw that.
This is a fluffy dragon.
Yeah, but I never saw that fluffy dog, impersonator breathe fire.
I think it's because it's a nice dragon. It's a nice, fluffy, cutie dragon.
Kind of like Ben. He's kind of fluffy and cute.
He is.
Dave, the only thing I have to say about that is
Speak dog to me, Ben. Row, row, row.
Oh, dear. That's funny. Oh dear, oh dear.
He is cute and cuddly, though. You've got to admit that.
Do what?
Ben, he is cute and cuddly. We have to admit that.
Of course. What is it? It's like that.
oh.
So cute.
You know, Dave, I was
like
looking
that.
at
Put your beard over here, Ben.
I'm looking at the little squares over here. I'm so used to Zoom, and we are postage stamp. We're about that big.
That's my
I
only
can
big
barely see you.
That's the big thing I don't like about StreamYard. I wish they would change that.
Well,
Because I
could change you to that and then keep
See,
changing.
now that's
it over.
better.
But you got to
that's
feature a
bigger, I can
person,
see.
unfortunately.
Yeah, but then I have to do it manually.
Oh yeah, you got okay.
The
Yeah.
only way I can get it a little bigger, and it's not a
Oh.
lot, is I can increase my monitor size on my flat screen TV, but even that doesn't work that much. That's my only big drawback that I don't like about Zoom. But again, Zoom's a good option for people.
Well, with Hangouts going, Dave, and obviously right now, StreamYard and Zoom are kind of like the two go-to viable options to replace Hangouts. But right now, I think that StreamYard are really listening to their customers.
They are.
Well, you gotta tell StreamYard is
so helpful.
Just tell StreamYards go buy Zoom and then use Zoom and then see what's better about it and copy it.
Yeah.
Well, I think what made me swing to more getting a paid version of StreamYard than for Zoom. Zoom don't give you an option to have that trial version to have a play around and see what something actually really does. With StreamYard, they don't give it to everybody, but they'll throw people out like a 6-day full trial so you can try everything out. And I was lucky to be given that option to do that, so I took advantage of it and actually really went into it.
To ask them.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was saying I was cheeky enough to like email them and ask them, and then they gave me one.
No, you are. Yeah, no, you just messaged them on Facebook and asked, and they said, "Yeah, not a problem."
Yeah,
there's a small workaround for that, Ben. The small workaround, if you want to see everyone bigger, is just having Zara's channel up, because we do look bigger on her channel. But of course, then it's a little bit of a delay, but the squares are bigger.
Yeah, but Dave, what doesn't help you and me is that we're fat asses. So of course we're going to fill up the screen better than Zara, because Zara's just a tiny little thing,
That's all right. I'll just be the tiny little thing.
Oh, Dave.
I'm not that wide. I'm not that wide.
You look like an Oompa Loompa.
Deep and wide, deep and wide. Oompa dee da.
Joe, my uncle, when I was in Turkey, I mean, no disrespect to anybody here, he was up on my aunt's roof terrace and he fell asleep, and it was quite a few hours, and he's got like almost pure white hair, but he's got these really thick, heavy white eyebrows. So, and his face was like really, really red, sort of orangey red, and like the front of him. And I'm sitting there over at my aunt's, and I'm in stitches laughing. And it's like, what the hell are you laughing at? And I went, well, I hate to say it, Ken, but you look like an Oompa Loompa.
Get Oompa Loompa, because they had the big eyebrows.
And he went, what are you on about, Oompa Loompa? And I went, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I said, you look like an Oompa Loompa. And he went, what do you mean? So I went on my phone, found a picture, and I went, "See, look." I said, "You look like one of them." And he's just looked at me and he went, "You did used to be my favourite niece, but you're not anymore." And I went, "Oh, don't tell lies, Ken, because you know I'm still your favourite niece."
Well, the reason they filmed that in
Margie,
Germany
do
was.
you
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to say, Margie says she has a patch on her eye. Is that right?
What?
Did you have a
What?
did you have a medical procedure? Well, she says, sorry, I feel like a puppet. No biggie. The old lady's carpal tunnel on left and neuropathy on right wrist, or immobile and patch on left eye. Look ridiculous. Just to explain my absence.
Oh, well, don't
So some
worry
things
about
have
it,
happened.
Margie. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that, Margie.
No.
Sorry to hear that. My wife's been complaining about that a little bit. She's got neuropathy in her feet. She says she's starting to feel it in her hands now.
Yeah, I have that in my left hand.
And
It's gotten so bad that, we take for granted that we can take, like I said this the other day on my live stream, you can take a pair of these, a pair of clippers, right? And clip your nails. You just take it for granted. Well, I can't do that because of neuropathy in this hand. I can no longer clip my nails anymore.
Oh, wow.
It's that weak.
I have carpal tunnel in this hand. That's why occasionally you'll see me wearing a blue thing. It's because my wrist is just.
I think I've seen you wear that a couple times, Zora.
Well, I
no
used to get really sore wrists, typing on YouTube all the time in front of the computer, and and then I put one of those. I made my own thing that slides out underneath my desk, so the keyboard's lower. And once I did that, it actually helped me. It was
I'm not using it today, but I have one of these gel things for in front of the keyboard.
Yeah,
that helps.
It does help.
I think Ben was using a towel at one point.
I still do, Dave.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I tried the towel thing, but it just didn't work for me. But for me, what worked was lowering my keyboard.
Well, I can't lower my workbench.
Yeah, if I lowered my keyboard, it would be completely flat. But then I would still have to raise my hands up anyway. So it's weird.
Juxtapose, good morning. And Bumfluff Paranormal, good morning.
Of course, Tia, it's not a problem. I'm not religious, but I don't mind it whatsoever.
You got 21 people in the stream right now, Zara.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, baby.
I do. Sometimes it's quite quiet and I might have 10, 12, and then other times I might have near on 30. It just really depends what time of day and what I'm doing. But it's nice.
What I'm doing.
And they're all nice people and all.
What I'm doing. I got to remember that with the English. You always said drop the G's.
Drop the G's, drop the T's.
Yeah, doing.
Drop the draws.
Like you were giving me that tip on Nottingham, how to say that, Nottingham or something like
Nottingham.
that. Nottingham.
See, I'm from Nottingham, Dave, so you can take it with 100% accuracy that it's Nottingham.
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 That's it. There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Drop Glenn's tights, Bumfluff Paranormal says.
Dave, if only you knew the amount of jip that I get on my channel with green tights, it is just unreal.
You wear green tights?
No, I don't wear green tights. What it was, I was chatting on my channel one night, and I was telling people that it was so cold down at the river when I was fishing that, that men, when they go fishing, they wear women's stockings, tights. And then it just got all turned around that I wear green tights. Because Robin Hood, Lincoln Green, Nottingham.
So it's a running joke now.
It's like Breakfast Club. You wear tights?
Glenn, let me share this with you a little bit, okay? If we see a man wearing green tights Over here, we usually call him a leprechaun.
I'm a little bit taller than a leprechaun there. I'd be king of the leprechauns.
Yeah, you could
There
be.
you go.
You could be.
No, don't start
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah. So it'd be your green your green tights because you live in Sherwood Forest, and you're king of the leprechauns. Do they have the equivalent of something like that in Scotland?
I've no idea.
Well, you should do. You're from Scotland.
Well, basically, I wasn't giving anything away.
How close is Scotland? How close is Scotland to where Glenn is?
4
from me,
hours. 4 hours? 5 hours?
yeah, driving.
4 or 5
But
hours. Wow.
driving. But as a crow flies, it's roughly about 270 miles to the border.
Do you guys? I mean, you still have to have passports to cross the border and stuff, or
No. But if you travel from England or Scotland or Wales over to Ireland, you do have to produce a passport, but it's not necessary.
I actually have a relative that's living in Dublin, and she's American, and it's one of my relatives, and she has to sneak in this back way to get into Ireland. There's this she goes through what they call the Free State. Then it's like a borderland between Northern and Southern Ireland. Yeah, she kind of explained it once or twice because she lives with her boyfriend there, but she's technically not a citizen.
Yeah, so I'll tell you a little story about that, Dave. The Free State. So I went over to Carrickfergus in Northern Ireland, up on the Giant's Causeway.
I'll be right back.
I was having a holiday up there, and on the way back, I got on the ferry on the way back to England, and I was playing on the slot machine, and the slot machine was 50, it was like 50 pence a go. That was the only coinage that this machine would take. So all the bars lit up, and the machine went crazy, and it started throwing out these Free State 50 pences. But I didn't actually realise that you can't spend that money only within the Free State. So I had £500 in winnings in 50 pence pieces, which is like, say, it's probably like $0.50, like $0.50 in equivalent in currency. So I had 500 Free State 50 pences, and I stood against the rail overlooking the sea on the ferry on the way back, skimming them out into the sea because they was absolutely worthless. So that was the biggest jackpot I ever won. Yeah, couldn't spend the money.
What is the Free State? That's an area, or
it's like an invisible line between Northern and Southern Ireland. It's like the crossover point. Okay. So within that Free State, not now, but I'd probably say about 25 to 30 years ago, when you like the IRA was more prevalent. So you've got, Protestants and Catholics, in the division between the Free State of Northern and Southern Ireland. So it was kind of like a no man's land, but it was kind of only like, say, 1 mile to 2 miles wide at its widest point, but it literally stretched across the entire border of Northern and Southern Ireland.
I got my Ireland hat on right now, so.
Yeah,
listen, I got to share something, about Ireland. You're talking about the invisible line. That's actually true. Now, listen, it's a place where the Catholics and the Protestants come together to worship. So no one knows that but the Catholics and the Protestants of that land. So they will never let that disappear, but they're actually friends when they come together and pray at the border.
Yeah, there's just about enough room for them to kneel down. But
that's about it.
Yeah. But
yeah, my daughter went over there for choir, so she got me this hat from Ireland.
Well, I was over there about 35 years ago, Dave, and that's when tensions, with the IRA was pretty high.
Right.
So the house that I actually stayed in actually had a Palomino horse in the living room in case, I can't remember which faction it was. I don't know whether it was to do like with the Orange Men or something, another faction or something. But they would literally take the horse and butcher it, just to basically kind of like piss you off. So they used to bring the Palomino horse inside the house at night, and it used to get down. It used to like get down and fall asleep in the living room in front of the fire with everybody else in the family.
They're gorgeous horses. They are the Palomino.
Oh, that one was, yeah. But the tensions were really high when I was over there. You did, metal bin lids rattling in the middle of the night, and if you ever, dare venture to go out, you'd find masked men with really big, machine guns strapped across the chest with bullet bolts around them. Like they basically look like mercenaries. And what they would be doing is in the night they would go down the back alleys and they would search the bins for bombs.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's just, it's a side of the tensions that not many people actually saw unless you kind of like, went through an experience or you lived there.
Wow.
Hey,
Quite,
Glenn.
Hello.
Glenn, I got to meet Margie Yeoman. She's out in the crowd. If she's still out there in the chat, I got to meet her one day, and we were sitting on a park bench together, and I was sitting next to her, and I started groaning. I was going, oh God, and I kept doing it, and she looked over at me and said, "Are you okay? What's wrong?" Oh God, oh Margie, oh God. I just found out that I'm Catholic. Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you something. Jokes like that, Ben, back in the day, would actually have you executed.
Yeah.
oh God, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not kidding you.
The funny thing about it, Glenn, is I'm Catholic.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, ex, said Ben, but
Ex-Catholic, yeah.
You're recovering Catholic.
Recovering.
Do you know, Ben? You've got a coffee right underneath your chin on my screen.
Do I?
Yeah.
If you dribbled, you'd catch it.
Can I dribble a little?
Yeah. Look.
I
If
don't
you
see
look on the screen.
Yeah, but I won't see nothing at all. What are you talking about?
Hang on.
No, that is a posh English accent.
Yeah.
And now it's gone. And now you got your coffee back.
Oh.
What is that a litre cup then? Is that hold a litre?
I think it is.
Oh wow, okay.
I've had cars where that cup would literally fill the tank up with fuel.
Oh jeez. Maybe a motorbike.
Fuel.
That's crazy.
That's so funny. We call it gas here. Fuel.
Gas, fuel, petrol.
Now,
Petro.
Greenbaywacky, he drinks coffee so fast. He drinks it like Kool-Aid. He'll finish this probably in 10 minutes.
Oh my
10
God.
minutes he'll be gone.
Look at this.
He normally has a 3 litre, or is it a 3 gallon? My God, look at the size of that.
This is a 12-cup coffee, 12 cups.
Yeah.
By the way, Dave, that would sound better coming from a woman, what I've just said.
Yeah, it would have done.
My God, look at the size of that.
I don't have my big cup today. I just have my normal size.
Well, that's why I don't drink coffee. I used to always drink every cup with cream and sugar, but since I'm on YouTube, only the first cup of coffee of the day gets cream and sugar. Then all day it's black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you see, I only drink black coffee when I've actually run out of milk. I don't really like the taste of black coffee. Most English people don't. They prefer milk in their coffee.
Well, that's why
Yes.
That's why me and Ben are always laughing, because I like this Cameron's coffee brand because it's pretty smooth black, like Folgers, like Ben likes. It's pretty harsh black.
Yeah, I've drunk a lot of coffee there in Italy and Spain. It's actually quite a raw, full flavoured roast, but I'd be interested to taste an American coffee compared to like English coffee. You know, we used to have brands back in the day called Mellow Birds because the coffee was quite mellow. And I think we kind of had like two main coffees in England or in the UK for that matter, which was either Mellow Birds or it was Nescafe. But I think Nescafe took off. But, I think Nescafe is a nice drink.
Yeah, but there was Maxwell House as well.
Yeah, Maxwell House is still quite popular.
Maxwell House, kind of good.
We have Nescafe. We have Nescafe here in America. They still make that.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh,
that's interesting. So, compared to Nescafe, then Ben, what would you say like a traditional American coffee roast would taste like compared to Nescafe itself?
Oh boy, that's a tough one.
Isn't Nescafe an instant though, Ben, where you mix it with hot water?
It is. It is
not brewed, and that's totally different.
Right.
That's not even coffee to me.
Dave, I speak for yourself. I've got some Folgers Crystals instant coffee here just in case the grid goes down.
Oh my goodness. I gotta brew it.
When all those people are looking for coffee and they can't find it, I'm gonna have my Folgers Crystals right in my back pocket.
They say if there's a nuclear apocalypse or something like that, coffee will be one of the most sought after things to barter with.
Oh, I think so.
That's
I think especially if you're going to have lots and lots of like coffee beans, if there is still some type of let's just say you can still have solar power, you're going to need one of those electric coffee grinders so you can still do your filter coffee. Or or the old mortar and pestle, isn't it, or whatever it's called?
Unpronounceable Names says that they thought Nescafe is caffeine-free coffee. Is it caffeine-free, Ben?
They do a version that's coffee that's decaf.
Oh, I can't stand decaf coffee.
The thing about decaf is it's not actually decaffeinated coffee. There is actually quite a high percentage of caffeine still in there. They cannot take it all away. So there is no true coffee that is decaffeinated.
It's about 5% or less is what they claim.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But you can tell a difference when you have. I don't know how we got on this topic, but I'm loving the hell out of it. But I can tell a huge difference between decaffeinated coffee and regular. I can tell a difference.
You can.
Yeah.
Well, they actually reckon. They actually reckon the body produces a gene. So if you drink coffee with a lot of caffeine in, you have like a gene that is high in something. I don't actually know what that is. But if you drink coffee that is decaffeinated, you like have a lower gene. And it's actually how it actually breaks it down in the body. So people actually do feel the difference when they drink decaffeinated and caffeinated coffee.
Well, I got to tell you, Glenn, I don't know how in the world it happened, but when I drank decaffeinated coffee, I regained my virginity back.
Oh, geez. I meant a lot. Some things can't be unheard, Glenn. I drink coffee to stay awake. I actually drink coffee like on live streams for my voice. I like the hot liquid. There's a little bit of truth to wanting to stay awake, but I like it for my throat,
Yeah, coffee actually, you see, when people generally go out, go throughout a day, they start to ebb towards the end of the day. So they start to become more tired, more lethargic. And it's like an enzyme that the body produces that actually causes people to feel tired. So when you drink coffee, that actually blocks those receptors in the brain. But you can only drink so much coffee before the overflow of that, enzyme breaks down. And then so someone that can drink like coffee an hour before they go to bed, they have actually got the gene that is high because they can still fall to sleep. Whereas those with like the low threshold, they can go to bed and stay awake all night because the coffee is fighting against their sleep pattern.
By the way, you've got the elusive gill skills in the chat.
I know.
Did you? The reason I say that, I don't know. if maybe you didn't see it, but Ghost Mafia made a 2 or 3 minute video where I'm hunting the elusive Gills skills. He hunted him down in a Days Inn, and they actually met in real life. And he's like, I'm hunting the elusive Gills skills.
Oh, that's funny. Oh dear.
Oh my goodness. I'm so glad you're doing this stream. This is awesome that I don't have to stream. I'm loving it.
Well, I was thinking about it last night, and then I was up around about 7:38 my time, and I was mucking around with StreamYards, because you can do like different brands, so you can set up. It's a bit like the scenes, where you can add like all your overlays and your backgrounds and your whatnots. And I was just like, because I like to do like a general chit chat from time to time. And I thought, right, I need to have a play around. I need to find some stuff. And then I saw you tweeting away, and it's like, oh, Dave's either not long woken up or he's not been to bed yet.
Nope, I took a nap actually. Yeah.
Can you explain to the American audience, Zara, what whatnots are?
Whatnot? Yeah, whatevers. The whatevers. The
Yeah,
whatnot.
that's still
Whatevers.
still not.
And the Uji Watsits, yeah.
Oh, the Ujima thing is. Do you know? I've literally heard women. They've got their own language in Bulwell, where I come from, and they will say, "Did you see so and so the other day? He had this what's it in his hand." And his missus come out and she said, "What's that oozing jig you've got there?" And he said, "Oh, it's a thingamajig for the what's it that we need to use for the what's-a-go." And they actually know what they're talking about. And you stand there looking at them. And I'm from Bulwell myself, and I'm thinking to myself, what are you talking about? It's just like they've got their own language.
Yeah, we do.
And they normally go shopping at midday with their pajamas on and dressing gowns and negligees.
I don't know about the negligees down south, but Christmas time going late night, about midnight shopping on Christmas Eve to get the last little bits, going up to a supermarket in a onesie I think that's done almost everywhere, not just in England, but the whole of the UK. But yeah, we do tend to have a little bit of our own language.
Yeah, I think we've got some really strange traits over here in the UK.
No, this is perfect because in a few hours I got to go to a parade. My kid's in marching band.
All right. Are you going to be going live with that, Dave? No,
I won't live stream that. But he's the last one left because all my kids have gone through the school systems. They've all been in band. It was actually kind of funny because the teacher lives in our neighborhood. When we first moved in here, we were like, we didn't know. It was like, oh no, there he is. We're across the street from the band teacher.
So you feel privileged though?
Yeah.
To put children in the band. Trust me, with my name, Dave, I've had so many things said to me over the years.
Yeah, they're all percussionists. They all play drums and, xylophone, anything that they hit,
Well, my name is Glenn Miller. So I've actually...
What's the
matter? I sat in the doctor's one morning and there was names coming up. They put your name up on a screen and then they tell you to go to so-and-so room to see the doctor. And there was a Robert Redford in there. There was a Robert Mitchum. There was a Scarlett Johansson and a Glenn Miller. And the lady on the counter said to me, "We've never had so many famous people coming to the doctors today." Yeah, there's quite a few English people with famous American actor and actress names.
I'm not going up there. Yeah, I think it's probably sort of back in the era when they were younger. It's sort of like their favorite actors or actresses, and they've got the same surname. It's like, oh, I know. Let's call so and so. Whatchamacallit.
Yeah. So you're saying that again, Zara. Whatchamacallit.
Yeah, I know.
That's a oozimajig, isn't it?
That's an
Well,
easy jiggle. What's it?
Just
Yeah.
remember, I'm not really an actor. I just play one on YouTube. But I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
I think Dave looks more like Burt Reynolds as each day passes.
Actually, with that hat on, I was just thinking to myself, now who does Dave look like that?
Yeah. He looks like Burt Reynolds this morning.
Mhm.
And Ben looks like his cousin.
He looks like a Mexican gang member.
Wow. Say hello to my little friend.
Oh,
goodness.
dear. That's funny.
No, I think it's good that you do, from time to time do chats like this where it's kind of neutral ground. It's not necessarily paranormal. It's just a hangout. And I think that's a good thing to do,
They're just so nice. They're just to sit back, chill out. You can just talk about almost anything.
Yeah, we do have his kickbacks.
Thanks, Bill.
We do have his kickbacks, just to break the monotony of, the paranormal. It can get quite heavy.
Yeah. So it's nice
being in the paranormal field. So it's really nice just to, sit back and just basically take a break and have a good chat.
Yeah.
Well, I think it lets people see a different side to you. That like, hey, because some people, they see that word paranormal, or they see it's a gaming channel, or they see it's a whatever channel, and they start thinking, oh, I'm not into paranormal, I'm not into gaming, I'm not into crafting. And then you do a kind of a neutral stream, like, oh, wow, there actually is like a real channel owner there, like.
Yeah.
Well, means are actually take the paranormal quite seriously. So because we address it so seriously, we always try to keep on point, with facts, and there's an awful lot of research that you have to do even before most paranormal live streams go out, just to make sure that although what the facts are, it's nice to like refresh your own memory, so you can diversify on subjects. So doing a kickback stream is so much more relaxing, because you just really don't have to concentrate so hard. Which I guess, Dave, is nice for you and Ben probably, being on somebody else's stream where you feel as though you're not having to like run everything.
Yeah, that's what like I said, that's why I said this is a great little break, because I was thinking about doing a stream, and then Zara said, well, I was, and I was like, well, you do one. And she goes, you want to come up? And I'm like, yeah, because I don't have to run anything. I can just sit back and let Zara.
You can just sit back and chill. Well, come off it, Dave. The amount of times I've been on your stream, sitting in the panel, like, because I can't be asked to stream myself or whatever, or you're already streaming, and it's like, well, this is the first. I've done test panels, but for a chill out panel, this is the first proper chill out panel that I've done using StreamYard.
Oh,
so it's like, what?
So it's kind of like a tester.
so
all in one.
What she's saying, Ben, is we're like lab rats right now.
No, you're not lab rats. Well, it's like
I felt that.
Have my three best male YouTuber friends on for a panel.
Dave, what you don't realize, before I came up on this panel, I had to answer several questions before I was allowed to come up here. It says, are you willing to be a test lab rat? And that kind of stumped me a little bit, and I did agree to do that. So Zara's allowed to take advantage of me any way that she can.
I didn't want to tell the audience that Zara did send me 100-page questionnaire. It was 436 questions.
I did. Oh, don't forget about the $40 fee as well.
There was a processing fee, a background check. One of the questions I had to lie on, it said, do you consider yourself funny? I lied. I clicked yes. I did click yes to that. And
Oh, dear.
That's funny, because that was also on my questionnaire. Do you think Dave is funny? And I said, who's Dave?
Yeah.
Well, it could have been anybody. It could be like Dave as in Dave the producer. It could have been Dave as in Ghost, or it could have been Dave as in, I know there's a couple of others as well.
Dave, I don't know a Dave. I don't know a Dave the producer, but I do know a Dave the director.
Yeah.
What does he direct anyway?
I think he directs his own destiny. That's about it.
Oh my goodness.
No, Megan, you didn't receive a question there, darling. You don't need one, honey. It's only the male participants.
Here, Gills, just open your cup up. I'll take care of you, man. I got plenty to go around. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Well, I decided to brew this right next to me. I've got a little cooler using as a table. Who wants to go back to the kitchen? I didn't want to put it in craft, so I just brewed it right here.
Well, that's why I brought, at one point, I brought my laptop into the kitchen because I'm right near my coffee machine. And I didn't have to go far. Yeah, it's a male thing, Peggy. And it's like now I'm actually sitting in my front room. So at some point I will need to go and do myself a coffee. But mind you, I suppose I could have myself in on the tablet and still carry on talking to you.
Well, that could be part of the test as well, Zara.
I even bring this to hotel rooms when I go so I can brew my own coffee there.
Oh, a good idea, Dave. But yeah, that's a good idea, Glenn. Might have to try that out in a bit.
Well, Dave normally has his big flask next to him.
Well, there's that huge. Yeah, that's huge thing.
Work. Yeah. I'm gonna have to fill it later.
We call those milk urns in the UK.
Well, yeah, it makes me feel like a train yard operator, like, swinging the light,
I'm surprised you can actually pick that up.
You're not actually far off it.
I'm surprised you can pick that up when it's full.
Do you even use yours anymore, Ben, or did you give up on it?
Dave, I use that every single day. Thank you.
You do? Okay. All right. Well, Ben ordered one, but he got a different model because when he first wanted to get one, he wanted to know what mine was. So he was all excited. He gets it, but his doesn't hold the coffee hot as long as mine. So he was a little disappointed. So
that's because they went cheap, Dave.
Yeah, they did something to the model that doesn't hold the heat in as good. Boxed it. He's like, he calls
4
me
hours after 4 hours.
Look what I got. Look what I got.
4 hours, forget it.
This will keep hot for like 30 hours.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that.
So what's the difference then between yours and Ben's then?
They did something different with his model. It's the same company, but it's got definite differences. I don't know.
I think on the bottom there is a difference. On the bottom of mine, I found out that it was made in China.
Oh, jeepers. Wow. Is yours metal or ceramic on the inside?
Mine's ceramic it's a glass insert. Yeah,
they did something to the top or the bottom, something that doesn't work. I don't know. Yeah. They got your money though. They're happy.
I know.
You might want to put some of that builder's squirty foam around the ceramic bit inside, Ben, and it might insulate it a bit more.
I'd probably be dead in 3 days. But thank you.
You just gave me an idea for a skit, Glenn. I could see squirting some of that into my shirt and like growing,
Yeah, you'll go from a C cup to a D cup.
Yeah. That would be
actually, Dave. When you pour from that urn, from that coffee urn, it actually sounds like a horse peeing. Seriously, it does. It sounds like a horse peeing.
It's okay, Glenn. I thought that when I woke up this morning. I tapped my wife on the shoulder and said, I'm going to go pour some horse pee. Yeah.
Mind you, I suppose if it lasts 30 hours, you can actually come back to it the day after and it's still hot.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, in the supermarket, so really, they do sell an array of flasks, but most of them are just totally rubbish. They really are rubbish. After half an hour. Yeah, after 30 minutes, it's stone cold.
Sorry. No,
go on, Ben.
You're exactly right, Glenn.
Wait a minute. Did someone else?
I've been a coffee connoisseur for over 40 years, and I have been through an array of thermoses. Okay, spending anywhere from $20 to $150 for these things, and they all say they do certain things. They keep your coffee hot this long. They keep your cold drinks cold this long. I have not found one in all these years that actually says what it does.
Mm.
No, you're right. I mean, I used to do a lot of bank fishing for carp. So I'd be out there for a few days, and you'd buy an expensive flask. But, as I say, after 30 minutes to an hour, even for the best flask, the coffee's just stone cold.
Right. Yep. That's right.
Yeah, they seem to be made the same. They have, a good metal outer casing, and they are quite thick on the ceramic on the inside, but they just don't seem to be the same as what they were years ago.
Well, I think my luck is that the ones that I buy, they must have been taking a day off that day when they made it.
Yeah, all made in China.
Oh my goodness! And Meggyn's in China. Well, the key I've learned is I clean mine out every week with like baking soda to get all the film of the old coffee off.
Well, sometimes
I thought I'd try out add myself in on the tablet because I need coffee.
Add myself in on the tablet.
Yeah. But I've got to change the definition on the camera because it's very choppy. Never mind.
Well, I did notice it. When I first came into the stream, it was going out in 240p, so I upped it to 720p.
Yeah, well, it should do.
Yeah,
it's on. Yeah.
Well, I have mine to 15,000K. You look good.
There we go. Yeah, I turned down the quality on this one from 720 to 480. So when I'm talking, it's just a little bit more in sync. But I will be turning this camera off in a bit. So, but I'll still be here talking anyway.
But I'm looking at Ben. He kind of looks like Sophia from the Golden Girls. I'm sorry.
Dave.
Here we go.
You steal my lines all the time, Dave. Every single time you steal my lines, and I don't know how to take that, Dave. I think, with the lust in your eyes, I think you love me.
Oh my goodness!
He loves you, really, Ben.
Yeah,
you've got a love-hate relationship like me and Mags.
Yeah, exactly.
Mags in chat, paranormal people. If anybody was to actually sit and listen to us talking, they'd think that we just hated each other.
Oh, they are like squabbling siblings. They are terrible, the pair of them. Sometimes I just want to go like this for heads.
Well, Greenbaywacky and me, if I were to compare Greenbaywacky and me to any famous people, it would be the Odd Couple with Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a really good pairing. That is. Didn't they do some films? Didn't they do some films where there was neighbours, like warring neighbours?
Grumpy old men, and grumpy old men.
Yeah, they're really good films, funny films they are.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go back and watch those again now, just to see the similarities between you two.
Or kind of like Desi and Lucy. Lucy.
I think you're a little bit worse than Ren and Stimpy, though.
Oh God,
I love Ren and Stimpy.
That's your favorite cartoon, Dave.
$47 million. It's space madness.
Do you know some of the jokes that was in that cartoon? They're actually quite political. It's a very adult orientated cartoon.
It is, and it was on for kids, and
What cartoon was that?
Ren and Stimpy.
Oh yeah, Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy, yeah.
I love Ren and Stimpy.
Remember the song, Dave? Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy.
Happy, happy joy. Will he push the button? The jolly candy-like button. My daughter always, she'll be over and just out of the blue, she'll be like, but will he push the button? The jolly candy-like button.
Oh dear.
Yeah, they are, Joanne.
That's funny.
The Simpsons, Family Guy, Ren and Stimpy. There's another one as well. South Park. You know that they are cartoons, but I think they're actually like adult cartoons.
Gritty.
Yeah, don't forget about Pinky in the Brain.
What's that, Zara?
Pinky in the Brain.
Oh, that's before all our times.
I used to watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, Gil Skills just said Beavis and Butthead, another one. I first watched
Bricolio.
I first seen Beavis and Butthead. I think the first time I watched them was on MTV.
Yeah.
And then they stemmed out from MTV into a longer cartoon.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, you're right.
That's like the Simpsons. They came from the Tracy Ullman show.
That's right, yeah.
What did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Simpsons used to
Oh,
be
is that
like
where they had their stuff?
That's before they had their own show. They used to be a fill-in on the Tracy Ullman show, and then they broke off and got their own show, and the rest is history.
Oh, okay.
Remember Tracy Ullman?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, she was a singer.
If I remember right, when Beavis and Butthead came out, I think that was the early 90s. I think that's when I was still getting stoned. I think I used to watch them stoned. So I think it's more funny, you know.
I think you'd have to watch them stoned to get some of the jokes that they used to tell.
I wanted to try their little jokes sometime. I'm sure people have done it on, but I want to do the fishing for people where you put a $20 bill on a fishing hook in a busy crowd of people, then yank it, you know, and see if people follow it along. Like the wind blowing it, you know.
Well, there's a guy in the paranormal over here in the UK, and he does magnet fishing. Have you ever heard of that?
No, what's that?
Right, so basically you get a rope, you tie it onto a big magnet, and you throw it into like lakes, rivers, canals, and you just wind it in and see what you can pull out. You know, there's people actually do it as a full-time hobby over here, and they're pulling out things like knives, guns, and all sorts of things out of the river.
I get it. Okay, I get it.
So one day he's walking down the bank down the side of the canal, and he's just he's walking down, so he's got the rope in his right hand, and he's just drudging the magnet through the water. And to his left, a little old lady came up to him and said, "Excuse me, are you walking your fish?" I just burst out laughing. I just thought it was the funniest thing I'd heard for ages.
Hey, Margie Yeomans, you have an awesome Saturday morning. She's taking off.
Bye, Margie.
And I hope you feel better, you know.
Bye, Margie. Take care.
Hey, Dave, I don't know if you realized it, but you're the only one up on
the
panel.
I'll kick my own stream. How stupid is
what's going on?
You're the only one on the panel, Dave.
Oh, I'm the only one with a picture showing. Well, sheepers, now I can tap dance then.
You've got the floor to yourself, Dave. Knock them out.
Hang on a minute, Dave. Wait for it.
Oh
crap! Hang on.
From Wisconsin. Welcome to the Paranormal Show. Paranormal white noise, yeah. Oh,
Dave's actually a giant, or that's a very small guitar.
It's a ukulele.
It's not like the ukuleles that I know. They're like round.
Yeah.
Most ukuleles. It does sound like a ukulele, though.
I do have the real one right here.
Oh, here we go. We're rocking now.
That's right. Air
Oh.
guitar.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And now I don't need to question myself why I need therapy.
Yeah. A banjo, Chris. Banjo's around too, but I think aren't ukuleles round as well?
I've never seen a round ukulele. The only round instrument I've ever seen is a drum and a banjo.
Right.
And
Oh dear.
I always thought ukuleles were round.
I've got keyboard too.
Oh God. He's doing a contraction, Dave.
I just keep getting this vision that he's going to start stripping off.
No, not here.
This is what,
No,
this is
don't
what-
you dare, Dave. Behave yourself.
Sorrow. This is what they made him do to induce labor.
And that wouldn't surprise me, Ben.
Oh God.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, that's disturbing.
It's like we said earlier, there's just things you just cannot unsee.
Ivan, I'm not monetized anyway, so it makes no difference.
Oh my goodness.
Dave, I want to give you a compliment. You look like someone else's grandmother.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh dear, that's so funny.
I've got so many props in this place. I mean, I just everywhere I can grab props.
Hi there, Haunted.
Where are you driving us all to, Dave?
Yeah, I've got a lot of props, Dave.
I'm
You
going down the
have
Autobahn. Ran.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that YouTube clip where that old couple are driving down the road, and the guy's actually driving, but the woman's got a steering wheel in her hand, and when like somebody tries to overtake them, she kind of like swerves it into them, and they like swerve across the road. She just makes out that she's driving. You never seen it? You never seen that? No.
Does the Autobahn go anywhere out of Germany? Like, does it connect to other countries, or is it just in Germany?
No, it connects to France, Belgium, Denmark.
So let's say I go down the Autobahn 150 miles an hour. How fast can I get to France?
You can probably get to France in
From where
4 or
Zara is
5
about
hours.
4 or 5
No.
hours at 150 miles an hour?
Yeah, easily.
Mm.
You
It's
forget,
quicker than
Dave,
that, Zara.
the German motorways don't have a speed limit.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from if there's like sort of corners coming, then you reduce down to 100. Yeah, but it's not km, whatever it is. It's the other one.
From my front door to Zara's front door, it's 666 miles.
Wow.
Yeah,
I heard
door to door.
I heard they put some speed limits on the Autobahn on some certain parts. Is that true?
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
That's when you're
if
going
you've
through
got, like-
towns.
Yeah.
I
Hang on.
watched,
Let me
I watched,
take myself out, and I'll put myself back in on the other one. Hold on.
I watched a documentary on the Autobahn once, and they said the biggest problem with it, or the biggest danger, is when fog comes in over it.
You're gonna have to repeat that, Dave. Sorry.
I watched a documentary once on the Autobahn. They said the biggest danger where accidents happen is when fog rolls over the Autobahn.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going so
terrible.
fast, and they're going so fast, they hit a fog patch, and boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Well, it's like I'm 3 minutes away from the A99, which goes down to Austria, which is to get Salzburg from here. You're probably only talking about 45 minutes, not that far.
Mm.
And it can literally be bone dry one side of the motorway, and then raining the other side of the motorway. Literally. It's almost as if there's there's like an invisible wall, and you've only got rain on one side. It's crazy.
Hey Zara, I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to go off the panel because I've got to get some stuff done before I do my thing. But
don't
hey,
worry, my dear.
I appreciate you bringing me up on the panel. It's always a pleasure. And to you, Glenn and Dave, always nice to see the both of you.
You know it,
It's been an absolute pleasure, Ben, and thank you for coming up. I
All right,
appreciate
thank
it.
you now.
Anytime, my dear. Oh, Glenn's on mute. And then there was 3.
Reach out and touch that park bench there.
You can. Well, would you like something? Would you like a large cup of coffee? Here we go. Or would you like a smaller cup of coffee? Mind you, you can't see that one.
Williams, my mom had a leg of lamb once, and it was like 666 pounds.
Oh wow! Okay.
That was kind of random.
Yeah, you'll actually be quite surprised. The chat in here can get completely random. It really can.
Yeah, 23 people up in the house, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yay!
You know, I don't get an overly amount of people, but it's nice. It's flowing. People come and go, and it's just really nice.
But I think your title's really good. Coffee and Chat, Morning with a Few Guests. That's a very neutral title.
I don't clickbait titles. They are what they are.
No, I mean, it's a very, it's very like, hey, that sounds like a chilled out chat, coffee and chat,
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when I was up at the airport the day I flew over to Turkey in June. It's like, chat up at the Munich airport. Or like,
Yeah, you do pretty good on your random chats, don't you, Zara?
Yeah. Well, I think it's like you were saying earlier, though, where paranormal can be so serious. Well, not always. My chat, even though it can be paranormal, my chats can be extremely weird.
Sounds funny.
You can't be serious all the time. You have to be able to let your hair down. And it's just to see it, it's people don't only get to see you in, let's just say, a professional manner, but they also get to see you in like your downtime as well.
I'm letting my hair down for you, Zara.
And let your hair down, my dear. Let your hair down.
I'm fluffing it out for you right now. I'm fluffing it. I'm fluffing it as fluffy and crazy as I can get it. I'm going to see how weird I can get it. Now, one time on the stream, I poured water all over my hair and dried it with a leaf blower. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah. It's not
Dave's hair's growing back quite well, isn't it? Because it wasn't that long ago that he had it cut.
I know, it grows really quick.
Yeah, I got to get a cut again. I've been growing it out for the summer.
Yeah, it's you'd be able to put it in a ponytail soon. Mind you, if I put mine down now, I had mine only cut in June, but it's like, okay, my hair's a mess at the moment, but it's probably grown about that much since June.
So funny, when I was younger, we all grew our hair out, right? I had my hair down down to my nipples,
Yeah, as you do.
When I was a kid, ponytails were not cool. That was not cool to put your hair in a ponytail when I was young.
Well, we have like senior citizens walking around, this country, and they wear a ponytail.
Now, but when I was a kid, the idea was to have your hair flow, all over your shoulders and stuff, because that was like 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, in my rocking days, when I was into like glam rock and some heavy rock and stuff like that, my hair was so long I could sit on it and actually plait it between my legs.
Wow, I don't think I have enough hair to do it.
No, I don't think you do, Dave.
And
your head, that'll drive you mad.
Yeah, I walked into the barber's one day and with my mate, and he says, "Oh, can you just give me a crew cut?" And I sat there, and the barber looked at me as if to say, "Well, there's no way you're going to have your haircut." And I thought, you know something, I've just finally had enough of my hair being so long. So the barber's boyfriend plaited it for me, and he cut it all off in one go. And I actually had an house fire where I lost that plait, but the plait was nearly 4 feet long.
Wow, that's crazy.
Is not a great gamer in the chat, or
I don't see him. I think maybe Glenn. I think maybe Jim's mistaken Glenn.
that's what I was thinking. I saw Hana Jim. Morning, Zara, Green Bay, and not a great gamer.
You're on the wrong channel, Jim. You're on mine.
But we love you, Hana Jim. It's okay. We accept everyone in here. We accept everyone.
Dregs of society, all welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all right. That's all right. That's not as bad as like typing in the wrong chat. Like I've done that before where I have 2 different live streams up, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm typing in the wrong one.
Oh no. Oh,
yeah,
what?
I've done that before.
Oh, Glenn, what are you doing? My God.
I was just letting Alfie in.
Okay, it sounded like you had the water going into a bucket then or something.
No, that was Dave pouring his coffee into his cup. Right, let me just feed him and I'll be back.
All right. Oh dear. That's funny.
Oh, what a day. What a day.
I know.
I didn't do a lot today. I got up late because I was up late. I got up like 3 in the afternoon or something. All I really did this evening was I cleaned out Humphrey's cage, gave him all new bedding and all that stuff. That's about all I did.
Yeah, you must only have a couple of days left and then Humphrey goes back home.
Yeah, I think so. But I was meaning to do is I don't think my daughter cleans his cage out the way I do. I took it all out, hosed it out, soap, water, all that, and then put all new bedding in. It was perfect. It's beautiful.
And then Humphrey gets back in and moves everything around to his liking.
Yeah, to his liking, yeah.
Yeah, I have that exactly the same with Cheeky. Okay.
Well, I got him some new treats today. He loved them. I went and got him some new food, and I got these raspberry cookies. Oh, he was in love with those. Yeah, they're big. They're for a hamster. It was like ginormous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know there's one treat I got for Cheeky. It's like it's sort of chalky a little bit. You split them in half. Oh, if he knows I've got one of them in my hand, as soon as he hears that break, he comes over from wherever he is, jumps up on my lap. His paws normally just sort of come up here, and it's like, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, mum.
Oh yeah.
And I can even put a treat sort of just gently between my lips here. And it'll take it out so gently. Mind you, all of my rabbits have done that. I've actually trained them quite well in that way.
I'll give Humphrey some cheese once in a while. Give him a little slab of cheese, just small for a hamster. He loves that. In moderate amounts, you know.
Of course.
I tried doing that with the Dreamers with Alfie's already, and that took my face off.
Well, yeah, you and Alfie do have a strange relationship.
What's Alfie? What kind of animal?
He's a cat.
Oh, a cat. Okay.
Black cat, yeah.
Oh, a black cat. Okay.
Yeah, it's this bad, right, Dave? Alfie can be out in the back garden. Glenn will call him, and Alfie will completely ignore him. And if I'm on the phone to Glenn, he's like, Zara, call Alfie in for me. And I'm just like, Alfie. And he comes in. Or if he wants a treat, Glenn normally has to pick him up and put him on the sideboard. No, I just go, come on, Alfie, jump up. And he jumps up on the sideboard. I think he just runs circles around Glenn, you know.
Yeah, we just really can't have pets. There's too many allergies here for him. My my kids and my wife, and even I can get allergic. I'm, like, even, my daughter's new dog, Jag. I mean, he's beautiful and everything. I love him. But after I pet him and hold him and he licks me and all that, I'll start getting kind of welty under my chin a little and scratchy. I got to go in and wash my face and hands. And, I don't know. I've got I've got some of those allergies too,
As a child growing up, we always had a dog. When I moved out, got my own place, I decided to have a cat, not realizing that I was allergic to them. So I'd be stroking the cat, and then I put my fingers to my eyes to rub my eyes because the fibers of the cat get in there, and my eyes literally turned to jelly.
Oh wow! There are breeds of dogs that you can actually have, and they're hypoallergenic, believe it or not.
Yeah, I don't know what it is I'm allergic to, but I grew up with lots of cats and dogs. When I was a kid, we always had cats and dogs around. And then me and my wife at first had a dog for about, I don't know, we had to put her down though. She got really bad cancer, and I think she was 50. Yeah, she was like 15 or 16. She was old, and after that, we just didn't have any more pets. So
I don't blame you.
She was a Cocker Spaniel. Her name was Tiffany.
Oh,
yeah, she was cute.
Yeah, pets are all good, aren't they? Until you have to take them to the vets and put them down. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I remember, they put her in the holding cage, and I was taking my last look at her, and it was awkward because I was crying on the way out of the place. But after I left, I had a peace about it. I was like, I felt like it was the best thing.
I think what it is, Dave, is that they know.
Well, it's like when I was over in Turkey, one of the cats that my mum brought in from last year was Kitten. Whiskers, his name was. He got attacked by a dog or something like that, and then he got Turkey have had a really bad year with the cat virus, like over the course of winter and spring. And I think Whiskers caught that as well. Quite a lot of the cats did. And he was in quite a bad shape when I got there. Morning, Maria. And nobody could touch him. Nobody could grab hold of him. Maybe it was one of the kittens. We've got, there's a cat that lives on the complex. She sort of made it her home, but she's still very much wild. And it was one of her kittens. And so you couldn't really grab hold of him or pet him or anything else. And after his back legs are gone, he still managed on a good day to take himself off on a small walk. And there was one in particular morning, I got up and I was like, well, where's Whiskers gone? Because I didn't know where he was. It was down right near the swimming pool, and the cage that leads downstairs where the pumps are was open, and he was right near it. So, pardon my French. So I've darted straight down the stairs, because where my mum's house is you look from her back terrace and you've got the swimming pool, so it's literally 30-second dart. So I've grabbed hold of him, picked him up, and ever since then I was able to. He was feeding off of my fingers. I was the only one able to pick him up. But unfortunately, he went downhill really bad, and we did have to, send him on his way, shall we say?
No, we had a cat like that. My dad, I called him the cat from hell. He was so big. He had these paws that were like almost like hands. They were so big, and he would literally attack you. He would like jump at you and claw you. I mean, I don't know what was wrong with that cat. We had him for about 6 months to a year, and we had to take him and have him. We couldn't control him. He was uncontrollable.
Sure, didn't have sort of part Bengal in him. Not Bengal. What's that? Part wild cat.
I don't
cat.
I don't know. He'd be up on the, watching the window, and you'd come in a room and he'd pounce on you like to scratch you. I mean, like when we took him to the had him put down. I had to hold him in a blanket, and he was just growling. And something was wrong with him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I remember that cat too. The cat from hell.
Oh,
We
God.
wanted to do it, but we couldn't. The vet said that it might have been because that's when I wasn't living with my dad as much. The vet said it could have been because my dad left him alone so much because he was at work a lot and stuff.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Cats are quite.
Lily likes coming here, I think, is because where my sister's at work all day long, she's on her own. Sometimes Lewis will finish school early because they have weird school times over here. But even then, he doesn't really take that much notice of her. So it's like when she is here, even if it's just for a couple of days or 2 weeks, it's like complete different area. You know, she gets loads of cuddles, and it's I'll let her get away with it, more or less.
Well, the thing is with cats, we think we can domesticate them, but they are actually wild hunter killers. So if they're left to their own devices, they can return back to that wild, thing that they do, where they can fend for themselves.
Yeah.
They can feed themselves, from the wild, so they can revert back to that. Maybe that's what happened with that cat there, Dave.
Well, my wife, she grew up with animals on the farm, and her dad had a game farm, bears. They had a lion and all that stuff. And the one thing she always said, she said, trust me, because we see these animals can turn on you at any time. And there was another game farm in the area. There was the guy, I forget if he had a gorilla or a bear or what it was. He ripped some guy's arm off through the cage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And she said, even though you can raise a little lion, or a tiger from bottle feeding, and they can turn on you. They can turn on you.
Yeah, the thing about cats is they're extremely independent.
Yeah. It's not like you're like, come here, sit, roll over,
Yeah, it's stuff you, I'll do my own thing.
Well, actually saying that, Lulu does actually play fetch. Like a dog.
Yeah. Alfie does. Salem used to. Yeah, throw a stick, he'll bring it back.
Yeah. And that's what? How old is she?
You know what animal I always wanted to have one of?
What?
It's hard. You can't really don't laugh. I always wanted to have a squirrel.
You can come round to the back of my house, Dave. I've got hundreds of them in the trees.
I don't know. I love watching squirrels. I don't know.
You'll catch them going down the washing line, and they'll just look over the shoulder and glance at you as if to say, "Oh, shove you! I'm just doing my thing here."
Yeah,
but they're on the roof. They're on the roofs, on the fences, on the ground. They're all fighting. They've got their own territory, and what they do is there's like a border. So you've got the trees are all in a row, but the center tree is like a no-go area. And on this center tree, the squirrel will literally peel the bark off, so it flaps in the wind. And every time the wind gets up, that noise of the flap actually lets the squirrels from both sides know that that's the boundary line. But if you've never heard a squirrel chitter-chatter in a tree, they are noisy. They are really noisy. You wouldn't think a squirrel could make a sound like a barking sound that loud, but they can. And then when you've got two warring factions of squirrels battling it out over this center tree because one's gone over the other side to pinch the other's food or something, you want to see them go crazy in the trees. It's like the tree, you think there's like a hurricane coming in, but the trees are just all bustling with squirrels diving everywhere. They're crazy animals.
Well,
they are crazy. Well, I get a load along the road from me.
It's one thing I love about the house that we got here in Wisconsin. We have a lot of wildlife that's always in the yard. We have rabbits, squirrels, deer. I do love seeing all the animals. I see them every day. The deer, of course, always get scared. There'll be 5 of them in the backyard, and if you don't walk at them, they'll stay there. But as soon as you make any move, they're like hop away. But I do love seeing the animals. It's kind of peaceful.
Well, we've got here. I'm just trying to think what they're called in English. They're called marder. They're
weasels.
Weasels we've got here, and they're actually
aren't they part of the Stoke family. Stoke.
Family, yeah, something like that. Yeah, they are so cute. They really are, but they do so much damage to people's cars.
Oh yeah. Well, I in Wisconsin here, that's my hat that I wear. A badger is the state animal, and you can like go to jail for like killing badgers.
So
Yeah,
same.
And I came across a badger at our old house. I've never seen one in person. They make these horrible, huge holes, and they are big and menacing looking. They're not like cute. They're like mean, you know.
Yeah, we got badges on the back of us, Dave, and foxes.
It's like over at home. It's sort of they've, even though it still goes on, you're not allowed to do the fox hunting anymore. You know, badger trapping, you're not allowed to do that anymore. If you accidentally run over a deer, you have to report it by law. And it's against the law if you just pick up the deer and put it in the back of your car.
Yeah, they've got that law. They've got that law in the UK and in Scotland, where
that's what I'm saying.
If you run a deer over, you can't actually take it home to eat, but the person that drives up behind you can.
Oh wow. Well, I remember me and Lulu had a talk one time because, you know, I got Humphrey the hamster, and, you know, there's people that are against little caged animals, you know, some people are. And we were talking about it. It's like, well, what would you rather do with like my hamster, like Humphrey, like have him eaten by an owl? At least he's got a life, you know? I don't know.
Well, funny story about that, Dave. My brother, he used to, he was quite big into birds of prey. He's had all the birds of prey you can ever imagine. He was in like a lot of societies, you know, for falconry and stuff like that. He used to travel, you know, so say like a bird broke its wing. He would literally like mend the wings and build the feathers back up so they could fly again. So he actually was quite an important guy when it come to, like, you know, falconry, aviary birds and stuff like that. And he used to travel up from England to Scotland, into Perthshire, the very north of Scotland.
Oh no, you're not going to tell that story, are you?
Yeah, and
God, no.
Oh no.
Go on.
Now we want to hear it even all the more when Zara says, you're not going to tell that story, are you?
Yeah, well, he travelled up to Perthshire with a golden eagle. And he was training this golden eagle for this bird society, you know, for shows, you know, where they travel around the country and they do these shows. And he stood up on the top of this, on the side of this mountain, and about 4 miles in the distance was a man walking his Yorkshire Terrier. And he sighted him through his binoculars, but the bird had already sighted it. So the bird was kind of getting like restless on his arm. Obviously, it was fitted with jesses and bells and stuff like that. Anyway, the guy kind of like 4 miles away down this mountainside, he's kind of like walking away out the distance now. Anyway, he let the bird off to go hunt for itself. And he was watching it flying, and it flew towards this man with this Yorkshire Terrier. It swooped down, and it literally like killed the dog on impact and just carried it away.
Wow.
And this guy is just literally standing there in the middle of this path, like, what happened there? Like, where's my dog? Where's this bird that's just like flew off with my dog?
When you told me that story, I was just like gobsmacked.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I've heard that you know, like big birds of prey can like grab goats and sheep. I mean, I've heard they can grab big things. They're like really.
Well, there's some crows out there from where I am, Dave. There's a murder of crows up in the trees, and I've actually got quite friendly with them. So I'll feed them.
But the
names. Are those the ones in your video, Satan and Beelzebub and all? Are those?
Yeah, and you know, they don't look it, but those crows are actually really big birds. You know, they've got like, you know, 3.5 to 4 foot wingspans on some of the elderly ones. And there's a lady just up the close from me who's got quite a few cats, and she was out one afternoon with the cats, and the crow came down and picked the cat up.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, picked a fully grown cat up, yeah.
Oh, I bet she weren't happy.
She weren't, but she was screaming, and the bird dropped it from about 10 feet, and the cat landed on its feet and ran off.
Oh, the cat lived.
Yeah, but it would look at. I mean, I don't know what on earth the crow thought it was doing. Trying to pick a cat up. But
Wow.
those crows are big crows. They're just huge. You have to literally see them in front of your eyes to realise how big they are when they're close up.
I can remember going to the zoo down in where was I? Vienna. And I was sitting there at the cafe, and there's a raven, quite a young one. And there's this little sparrow chopping around, and this raven spotted it. It's all of a sudden, it's like whoosh. It's got down, swooped the sparrow up, and flew away. And I'm like, oh my God, no way.
Yeah, it's quite surprising, actually.
Yeah.
What birds will go for.
Yeah, it's shocking. It's in a way, it's actually quite disturbing. But
I've never thought.
So the cycle of life.
Yeah, I'd never thought a crow would try and go for a cat, and I never ever thought that in a million years that a crow would swoop down and try and pick a cat up. Oh, there's Humphrey.
Dave, you're on mute. No, I can't hear you.
Somebody's up.
It's Humphrey.
Yeah, there he is. Hey, little buddy.
He's quite active this morning.
Yeah, this is his. He slept in. He wasn't quite. I'm gonna let him run around his little ball in the garage. He loves doing that.
No.
Yeah, so there he is, right there.
He's so cute.
Oh, I love. You know what's amazing? He is so clean. They spend so much time cleaning themselves.
You do realise, though, don't you, Dave, that everywhere they go, they pee.
You know what? He doesn't do that.
No?
He's never gone on me, ever. And when I let him run around in his ball, he never pees in there.
I thought that, all rodents, what they do is every so often as they walk along, they do a little pee so they can follow the trail back.
He has never gone on me, ever.
That's really good. Oh, by the way, Glenn, you got a message from Megan in chat.
Hey, little buddy.
So cute, though.
Maybe it's just him, I don't know. Maybe if I had a different one, he might, but he's really active right now.
He is.
Yep. I've got little things I let him stay on here. I've got a little chair that I put him on and just little things. But I get him out all throughout the day, and
yeah, you do.
It's got a life. I mean, like I said, what would you rather have this guy do? Go get eaten by an owl?
Well, that's it. Well, it's like sometimes with me where I've got so much where I've got so much nature around me. If it's a hot summer's night, because we do get a lot of birds of prey around here. Not only that, there's lots of crows and whatnot around here. So
I'll cut in, Zara, when you finish.
Pardon?
Let me just cut in when you finish.
I'm going to let him run around for a little while. He's going to go run around the garage. Go ahead, go explore.
When if I know that I'm not gonna be at home, I will make sure Cheeky's in bed, because I've just got it's a stupid fear, but I've just got this thing in my head that if I go out and maybe leave a light on for him, because Rabbit's a completely night blind, believe it or not. And I've just got this fear that there's going to be like a bird of prey or something like that. It's going to spot him, fly in, grab hold of him, and when I come home, he's going to be gone.
Do you have a holding cage, like a kennel or something for him when you leave?
Yeah. That's it. He's got a double cage, sort of 2 floors, but I've got one part of it under my desk because it keeps it cleaner under here. And the bottom half, which has got the higher piece of the cage, is actually over in the corner. And I've just put like a couple of pieces of the slot together lino on the top. So it's got like quite a high cage. That's so normally I actually, but if I'm going out and the window's going to be open, it's he's in his cage. It's like, coming out.
Can I just say to Mr. Kaplan, I'll try and think of a story with a good ending. And thank you, Megan. There's always the next time, sweetheart. And you actually have a message in there from Nina, Sarah.
I did answer Nina because her husband asked where I was originally from, and I did answer.
Oh, right, okay. I must have missed that.
Thank you, Nina's husband. Thank you.
Good morning, Outdoor Encounters.
Hi, Outdoor.
Hi, Outdoor.
Now, I'm going to put in chat in a minute, if you just bear with me to tickety-boos. Because I know that there's quite a lot of people in here that don't really know who Greenbaywacky is.
Oh, that's okay.
So, yeah, but I can...
I'll give him a demo.
There you go.
I am just a cheesehead from Wisconsin.
Yay, my favorite
song.
That's why I love Joanne Cheesy Balls. I like cheese,
So that link that I've put in the chat, guys, Dave is very funny. He's got some fantastic videos. He doesn't only do live streams. He does an Insomniac live stream, which is more sort of like UK time in the morning. Almost anything goes. Almost. Almost.
Well, that's because Zara comes up on my panel a lot. So
I'm not the only one to blame, though. Come off it.
I'm saying nothing.
But if you're just like a really good atmosphere, sort of like a family community atmosphere, everybody likes to have a laugh and a joke. Everyone's nice in the chat, and I can highly recommend you going and dropping a sub over there.
Dave's my channel. He's my getaway from the paranormal.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm my own getaway from real life. Oh my goodness.
Oh dear.
Yeah, he's got a song about that, Mr. Kaplan. But you've probably seen that anyway. We're going on with Green Bay's. Dave's Cheesehead song.
Oh yeah. Can I play your Cheesehead song, Dave?
Why would you have to ask? Of course you
could.
Right.
I don't know how it's going to play on here, but let me.
Sure.
I didn't actually know you could do that, Zara.
Well, yeah, it's just doing a screen share. It's going to be from YouTube, but so it might be a bit choppy. So you have to excuse me while I'm.
I don't know. I've never seen a screen share in StreamYards. I don't know how it plays.
Oh, I know how it looks like.
It probably will be a little bit choppy, though, Dave.
It will come a bit choppy.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I can do it. Oh, gold. I
mean, I could play it through my speakers, but you'd hear it, but.
I've got an easy way of doing it. Hang on a minute. Where are we?
Someday I want to see that at the Green Bay Packers Stadium being played with everyone out there chanting.
Can you hear them when they score?
Oh,
that's Mr. Funky. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's it. View full playlist. Hang on. I pressed the wrong one. Cheesehead song.
I feel honored. I feel honored. You're playing my Cheesehead song in your live stream.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually going to do better. So it actually plays quite nice.
She didn't know whether to speak German or English then, Dave. Did you hear that then? That crossover.
Well, it's funny because when Ben's brother came over, and he was a really nice guy. He was on some of Ben's live streams, and he was speaking English, of course, with us. And I said, so just curious, because he lives in Germany, when you're in Germany, do you speak English at all in the house? He said, nope, it's all German. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if maybe, both language, if you'd speak both,
Right. Now, hopefully, let me load up that.
Well, Blackwing Paranormal, I'm a small channel. I'm not that big.
What do you mean you ain't that? So you're not that small. Come off it.
I have noticed though, Dave, since you moved from sub for sub, you have actually grown quite a bit.
You know what, Glenn? Everything is going up. My views on my videos, my watch time. I'm getting people saying they like. I'm seeing some old faces coming back.
Hold on a minute. Oh, bugger. Hang on. I've got to get it the right size. Stop. Pause. Right, let's try this again. Hang on.
Yeah, I think when you concentrate more on content, Dave, than actually sitting there promoting other people, which is a good thing, and to a certain extent you still do it, but not in the same vein. You seem like more relaxed. You've got more time, to create stuff for your own channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why the turnover is quite dramatic. With view time, watch time, and.
Well, I think I had to go through the networking sub for sub phase to come out of it. Like I'm an ex-subaholic, so to speak, in order to sort of be an advocate sort of against it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's quite ironic though that, you from doing sub for sub and then realizing that it literally stalled your channel completely. And, there was just no growth at all, to actually turning it around and then creating more for yourself and still give people that opportunity in the chat, to be recognized. From there, you jumped up, you were basically stuck on the same numbers for so long.
Yeah.
And now, you've just now exceeded 6,000.
That's true.
You're above 6,000 now.
Well, the chat's changed too, because the chat used to be, I got you, I followed you. And now people are having conversations with people. They're talking to us, the host. And so I love when I see the chat, people, how you doing today? They're talking to each other. And I love that.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it'd be any more personal than what sub for sub would be, because you're literally addressing those people as they come in. But even as you just said, they now... their train of thought when they come into your streams within the chat is to actually talk about the subjects that you're talking about on panel and getting involved in that with each other, not just in the chat, but with you and the panel guests as well.
But they're talking to each other, which I like, because before it might have been, the conversation might have been, hey, I got you. I followed you. I got, So now, someone will be talking with someone else in the chat, sometimes for the whole stream, and that's what I love, because that's the way to build friendships, Right. And there's a lot of stuff about the sub for sub thing that I haven't even talked about yet. There's a really dark side to it. There's a lot of people, they don't understand how much pressure is being put on people, because they get private messages. I've been supporting you and coming to your channel and you don't even come to mine. And there's a dark side to it of pressure that's being put on channels.
Yeah, that must make you feel quite awkward.
Very awkward sometimes. Yeah, I've learned a lot. And here's the other biggest thing. When your channel is sort of built on that, then you've got to keep doing it for those big numbers. And when you stop doing it, you're going to take a huge hit, and then it's going to take a while to build it back up. It's kind of like drama. You're doing drama and your numbers seem big, and then you decide, I'm not going to do drama. You take a big hit and you got to build your audience back up for real.
Yeah. And also to do with people that subscribe, your channel kind of like completely stalled at one point, yet everybody else's channels were growing. But in saying that, I've heard you talk about this before. I've even spoken to it about Zara. A lot of people that go in sub for sub, they will live stream themselves, but they haven't got that audience there because you know, those that have actually subbed to them, they're not interested in what they're doing, or, you know, becoming friends with those. So, you know, they may gain 3,000 subscribers, you know, from doing sub for sub, but in reality, when they actually go out on a live stream, they've only got 5 or 6 people in the chat.
It's fake. It's actually fake. Because all people wanted to do in my chat was come and get as many subs as they could as soon as they got them. Have a good night, Green Bay. Take care.
Yeah.
They didn't care about what I was doing. I mean, yeah, maybe they said we love you, Green Bay, and all that, whatever. But it was just thank you for all the subs. I'm out of here.
Yeah, it's like they weren't coming for you. They were coming to see what they could get from your channel and then go again. And it was a very quick turnaround as well. It's just like dum dum dum. Hi,
well,
Bob.
that's why it's nice now that Dave's got like a new influx of subscribers that are actually there for him and what he does.
That's true. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play your what I call your signature theme tune.
Okay.
I'm going to put it on full screen as well. So at least
mute my mic.
Yeah, you can mute your mic. I've got to pause it anyway. Oh, hang on. Right, I just need to do that. I need to screen share it. Yeah. Application window. I need to go back to that one.
She'll get it right soon.
Okay, guys. Yeah, I will get it right soon. Hold on.
Megan said she'll pop on in a minute, in a few.
All right. Okay. Now this is Dave's signature tune. So enjoy, guys.
I'm a cheesehead, can you dig it? Well, that's Wisconsin cheese. Can you sing it, not wing it? I tell you, it's a breeze. Go Swiss, or mozzarella, or cheddar and Quaker Jack. I'm a cheesehead from Wisconsin. Hey, people, that's a fact. Here it comes, the sick cheese wrap. Pizza Mona with the real style, spin a while, make it sauce enough and out. Gotta go the extra mile. Cheddar is better than you ever ate. Go Swiss and pepper jack, it all tastes great. You shred it, you get it, you grate it. I ate it, and melted, I smelt it, you felt it, I felt it, I wrapped it, I zapped it, and trapped it, and it's gone. I am just a cheesehead from Wisconsin. Sing it! I am just a cheesehead from Wisconsin. Sing it! Lots of cheese that we eat like a quarter antibody in the food just for you and Gouda, that's so good. We got better, it's better. Closer, it's a muscle. I see I go provolone, parmesan, so you know some other flavors in our cheese. Cause I'm saying that it's upset. I promise that we're not. This is just so many cheese words. I am just a cheesehead from Wisconsin. Sing it! I am just a cheesehead from Wisconsin. Sing it! I am just a cheesehead. I'm just a cheesehead from Wisconsin. Just a cheesehead. Sing it! I am just a cheesehead from Wisconsin. I'm just a cheesehead from Wisconsin. I am just a cheesehead from Wisconsin. Sing it! I am just a cheesehead from Wisconsin.
Ah, that was so nice, Sarah.
Wacky.
Oh my goodness, Megan joined us.
Hello, darling.
Hey.
Megan,
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Megan.
Hello, Glenn. Finally, nice to hear your voice.
Yes,
Thank
the
you.
first time you two are physically speaking to one another. There's a
Yeah.
few
Right.
actually today.
Yes, there are.
It's the first time I'm on your panel too, Zara.
I know. And Dave. And Ben.
And Ben, he had to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
guys, that's the type of thing that you'll see on Dave's. There's loads of good stuff. My personal favorite is Gucci Guy. So I can recommend going to watch that, but there's loads of them. They're all in a playlist, just playing one after the other. You will enjoy every single one on there. Every single one.
That was nice, Yazar. I didn't know you were going to do that, but that was nice.
I actually downloaded it.
Oh,
I was just sitting there, so all the clicking was.
You know, I came here to support you. I didn't come here to self-promote myself.
Oh, well, there you go. You don't need to. I'll do it for you.
I'm not like that. There's some chats that I go to. There's this one I go to, and there will be 50, 60 people in there. And she's like, because we get along good. She's like, drop your link, Green Bay, drop. And I'm dropping her Twitter and all that. I said, no way. And she's like, well, I'll drop it. I'm like, I'm here to support you, not self-promote myself. I don't do it. I don't like.
I know you don't. No, you do so much for a lot of us that come onto yours, Dave. It's for me, it's I'm just returning the favor because you've done a lot for me. You probably say, well, no, I ain't done that much, but believe me, you've done more than what you think.
It's nice I enjoy it when we are up there together, Zara. It's a lot of fun.
It's fun.
Well, we get along, it's the click, right, Megan? It's the click.
Oh God, no!
I'm in the click.
God, no!
I'm just making a joke, but no, some people don't understand that. Some personalities just get along. We get along, we play off each other, and we just get along.
Right.
We're just having fun,
Yeah.
And I always dig my own grave. I'm good at it. So does Zara.
But you know what? That's part of the fun is that those random things come out that we play off of it. It's just kind of like, did I just say that? Did I go there? Did he go there?
I've seen Dave have his face in his hands so many times with Ben, and actually with you, Zara, sometimes.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it so much until that stream you did with Tia, the one that Dave had to take down.
The only stream that Dave has ever had to age restrict and then delete.
Yeah. I was genuinely red. I mean, I was.
I'm glad I wasn't there for that one.
That was the only time that you'd actually really, really cut loose.
Well, I have the ability in me, but it's you see, the thing about me, the reason I get like that, my comedy over my life, I've always been a little more innuendo related, so that's kind of my, so sometimes when it's really raunchy, I do kind of, You
do, Dave. But it's just nice. It's like this morning when I wrote to you and we were talking briefly, and you were saying, "Oh, well, you were just about to go. You were just setting up to go live as well." And it's like, well, I was just thinking about doing one. It's like, well, come on, I'll do one for a change, and come on mine for it. Come on mine.
That was awesome. I'm so glad you did that because
it gives you a break.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, there's nowhere near the amount of people that comes into yours, but there's a lot that.
Hey, don't knock yourself. You've had a good crowd near tonight. 23, 24. That's a great crowd.
It's about a normal for me, which is nice, and everybody that comes in, they all get along. And
I bet there's a lot of people out there that don't know Dave and Megan, and Ben's been on here.
Yeah. And Ben, a lot. Let's just say some of my lot.
Yeah.
They don't know. Hi, Charlie. They don't know who Greenbaywacky is. They don't know who Megan's blog is. No. They don't know who Cab7 is.
I'll bet. They didn't know who Humphrey was.
And they didn't know who Humphrey. No, they most certainly didn't know who Humphrey was. So
what's that film with the hamster in the ball?
Oh,
there's a cartoon with the hamster, and everywhere. Oh, I know what it is. Is it Spot the dog? That super dog or something?
Super Ted.
No, it's a white dog, and it's got like a black arrow, like flash of lightning on his side. Oh, what's it? I can't remember the name. I bet somebody in chat knows.
Bolt.
Oh, Bolt.
Bolt, that's it, yeah. All the way through that film, he's got this gerbil, and it's in a round ball.
All right.
I've
Yeah,
seen
Bolt.
I wish I could let him run around on the ground, but obviously he'd be gone. I couldn't find him. He'd be, you know.
He'll be gone, yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be on his travels. Yeah.
Well, the other thing I worry about too, like that's why when I have him out in the garage, like his cage and stuff, I bring him into the kitchen at night. You know, the garage there's more bugs and things like that. And I'm always worried, you know, what if bugs get in his cage or something? You know, he's more of a domesticated hamster, you know.
Domesticated hamster. Can't fight off the bugs.
Have you learned many tricks, Dave?
No tricks.
No tricks yet.
No. But like I said, he has never, not even once, ever gone on me, ever. So I was surprised to hear that when you said that. I didn't know that was a hamster trait.
Yeah, all rodents do that. Yeah.
It's like it's like the butter on the paws thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's so they can find their way back to the nest. If they kind of like go off the beaten track.
Yeah.
You know, I know things like, you know, any sort of mouse will do it, from the variations of mouse. Also, rats certainly do it. In fact, if you ever see a rat run across concrete, you'll see a trail of pee behind it.
My brother had a pet rat, and he actually used to. Well, I think it was a female. She was very well tamed, very well trained, and she would eat out of his mouth and not bite him, and she never pooped or peed on him at all. They actually had a very good relationship, the two of them. It was a very, very well-reared hamster. Rat, but it was a black rat. And he had her for years and years and years, and she was good. Like, she never bit anybody or anything like that. She was very well trained.
Maybe it has something to do with the confinement. So, okay, say like domesticated rats, mice, gerbils, hamsters, things like that. Maybe because they're contained within like a smaller area. Maybe that's why they don't do that pee thing as they move along. Maybe it's like when they're out in the wild, they travel further afield. So obviously, you know, that they have to find their way back, and maybe that's why they do it. Maybe it's like a domesticated thing.
Yeah, I only see him go in his cage, and he's got the same place where he goes. He's got his little place. It's always there. So,
well, it's the same thing with rabbits as well. I think I've had one rabbit that ever bit me, and that was once, and that's because I was breaking up a fight. All my rabbits have been house trained to use a cat loo or a litter box. So
that's cool.
Yeah, even Cheeky.
My rabbit was a black one who lived outside, but she was very tame as well. But it had a hatch thing. Yeah. You know, like, and then we used to clean it out, and it used to run around the garden. And then my dogs never had a problem with the rabbit. You know, they never went after the rabbit or anything like that. So it's interesting that you can house train them, like, because I know of having one outside in the hutch, but I'm surprised that you got that right with a rabbit.
Yeah, you can. But actually, all of the rabbits that I've had over the years, and I've had rabbits on and off for over 20 years, and they've all been indoor, and they've all been house trained.
That's really interesting. Really interesting. I didn't know you could do that with a rabbit.
Yeah, and actually, my girls that I had when I first moved in here, because I moved in where I am now 2003, so I've been here ages. I used to turn around and say to them, right, okay, time for bed. As soon as they heard that word bed, they went into the kitchen. They were out during the day, but caged during the night. As soon as I said that word bed, they went into the kitchen, and they all jumped into the cage because it was bedtime, because they got to learn that word bed. Cheeky sort of knows it. Yeah, Cheeky sort of knows it, but it's he sometimes protests. So then he'll start shaking his head and his ears will start flopping because where he's a mini lop. And then he'll sort of like, come on into bed, and he'll go and run off and sort of like do a mini binky. And I'm like, come on into bed, you. And I start tapping his bum with one finger lightly. And it's like, come on into bed. And his head shake again. But then eventually he will go in. And then other times he'll just go in straight away. Yeah, he's funny.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I was going to say, for those in chat, if you don't know Megan, she actually lives in China and is a gaming superstar.
Oh no, I'm not. Oh no.
I was
gaming
watching her.
superstar is my girlfriend in the chat. That's the gaming superstar, not me.
Yeah, Mr. Kaplan. She's also a gamer, so she's worth.
Yeah, Glenn was lurking
subscribing to
last night, Megan.
Yeah, I was. I actually told Megan.
He was hanging out with me.
Yeah. 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 So, and Megan lives in China.
I do.
Yeah.
So we've
I'm
got
not from
Europe.
China. I'm not Asian, but I'm from China. I mean, South Africa. I'm living in China right now.
That's it. Sorry to interrupt you there, Glenn. I can really see next week when Humphrey goes home, Dave's going to be depressed for a couple of days because Humphrey's not there.
I'm always wondering when he's gonna, check out. Like, I'm gonna be sad. Lulu says, 2.5, 3 years is a common life for a hamster. And I always wonder, I hope he's not here when that happens, when he,
Well, better be by you than on his own. If your daughter was out.
Yeah, did I tell you about that story with that rabbit in my yard that spent his final hours with me, Sarah?
No.
I was out in the yard. This is about 6 months ago. And there was a rabbit. And, normally when the rabbits are in the yard, they run away as soon as you approach them. And this one didn't. And I was like, wow, he must be sick or hurt. I thought maybe he had to fight with an animal. I went and got some gloves because I don't know if rabbits bite. And he let me pick him up. And I actually put him in a box, put some grass in there, gave him some food, some water. And I think he was, anyway, he died like 7 hours later. But he spent it right here with me, his final hours. So he didn't die alone.
Is it a love affair with Humphrey? Is it a love affair with Humphrey, Dave?
I think it is. Dave, did the rabbit go peacefully?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's good because you do not want to hear that rabbit screech.
Nope, no screeching. He must have had a disease or gotten in a fight or something that he was in his last hours. When he was out in the yard, I don't know if that was like his final, he was just giving up, like, I'm here to die, Really strange
That's
thing.
Funny, Joanne. Joanne says child was made in China.
Yeah, Maria.
I like mostly horror games, Epiesel. I play horror games, but I don't play it on Megan's Blogs channel. I play it on my gaming channel. But I'm not gonna be streaming for a while, guys. So you don't have to subscribe to me at all. I don't expect any support whatsoever. I'm not going to be around for a while.
Yeah,
but thank you.
Break.
I don't know what I'm doing. Are you having a break from gaming then, Megan?
I'm having a break from all of it.
Oh, from social media as a whole?
Yeah. Sounds like a good idea. Sometimes we all need a break from social media. I've done it. My God, I even know Glenn's done it before.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
We all need it. The paranormal can be quite a dark place sometimes. It's when you're serious about it anyway. It's a serious subject, really.
Yeah.
Not that a lot of people look at it in a serious way, but when you're about true paranormal, it can be a very heavy subject.
But I think
You know,
I think just generally, if you do spend a lot of time around social media, it is good to have a break. It's so before I started like properly doing YouTube and stuff. I used to spend approximately 16, anything up to 16 hours a day on Facebook.
I'm not that bad.
I'm lucky if I'm on there an hour a day now.
I got rid of my
I'm not
Facebook.
that
I
bad.
deactivated my Facebook account.
there's a lot of people deactivating the Facebook account. So
What I didn't like, I don't like Zuckerberg's whole transparent thing. Like Twitter, I can be Greenbaywacky. That's who I am. Facebook wants me to be my real person. And even though I made a page for my Greenbaywacky, it was very limited what I could even do with it. And when I would go around Facebook, I was my real person. And I didn't like that. I was like, and then I tried to make a new account like Dave Green, like that didn't last more than 3 hours. They shut it down.
yeah, you see, on my original YouTube channel, David, on some of the investigations I used to go on, everybody knew who I was. Everybody seen who I was. I used to like interact with the camera and, on investigations and that. So people knew who I was. That account got hacked. So when I came back, because of the pressure it does put on you, when I came back, I just wanted my anonymity on YouTube. So I just never put myself up after that, which I've actually been thinking again to like show myself again after all these years, because I was talking to Mags about doing a face reveal for Halloween on the Halloween stream. So because, things move on social media. Who watches us today, who watched us 5-10 years ago, aren't watching us now. It's like a new crop of people that have like come in, so they don't know who you are or what you're about. So that, that's why I chose my anonymity now on YouTube ever since, I started coming back out again on this channel, because this channel lay dormant for many, many years. Many years. I was always helping other people, and I was always behind the scenes helping other people. But as far as my own channel was concerned, I did literally nothing on it at all. And obviously when Zara came back from the problems that she had before in the paranormal, we started afresh with Paranormal White Noise and NNPI, which I was always NNPI, but, it was just like a fresh start.
Yeah. I
was reading Charlie Gordon's comment. According to Zuckerberg's former friend and Facebook co-founder, Facebook was created to be an addiction. I believe that, but I also believe dark side of it. I think it was created to be a platform to gather information.
Yeah, I don't like Facebook. I've never really been a huge fan of it. I used to be on it back in the day. Now, if I go on Facebook once a week, it's a lot, and I only post things every now and again. And most of the time, it's for photos of my daughter, for my family that's still on there. But other than that, I think I've decided that I'm probably going to be deleting a lot of the apps that I'm a part of for a while, and anybody that needs to get hold of me can call me on my phone number if they have it, if they really want to talk to me. I
like Twitter.
I'm done with the shit, if you will.
I like Twitter. Twitter's my favorite.
Do what, Dave?
I haven't quite decided what I'm doing yet, though.
Yeah, Twitter's an easy reach, isn't it, Dave? It's, if you've got a Twitter account, anything that's relevant is set up there straight away, and you can interact immediately.
You can, and, you can have private messages that go on with people, which is perfect for the ones you want to do that with. I just love Twitter. I can be Greenbaywacky. That's who I want to be. And they no hassles with that, I just can't stand the transparency thing on Facebook. And I don't even understand that with Facebook, because, I don't mind if Facebook would, you make an account and you give me your real name, your real address and all that, but then you can, why can't I just pick a screen name to go around Facebook on? If you can confirm that I'm really who I am in real life, and then let me be my persona, my my business name, you know. I
Well,
just
it used to be like that, but then they stopped, and it's and I know a lot of the like the drag queens and that, they were saying, well, you have to use your real name, and you know, if you want to stay under that name, then you have to create a page. So they were like, you know, even though this is your other identity, if you want to use that other identity, well, then we're going to have to push you to make a Facebook page for that identity. It's a lot of ways it's really stupid.
well, they
That's
used
what I did on Facebook. I had to do a
like
page.
5 years back.
I mean, on Facebook.
You could make a business page and go around Facebook as the business, but then they stopped that feature, like you said. They reverted it back to you had to be your real identity. See, someone like Zuckerberg, he's a billionaire. You know, you're not living in the real world, Zuckerberg. There's a lot of.
I don't even think he's on Facebook half the time.
Hey, the creator of YouTube, the guy that runs YouTube, has never even made a YouTube video. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, the thing I find quite disturbing about Zuckerberg was when he was basically when he was selling people's information, which he did. You know, he sold like a lot of people's personal and private information to other countries, specifically China, to kind of like, so they could kind of like work out their algorithms of how people interacted with each other for their AI systems and things like that. The mistake they made with Zuckerberg was when he was brought up in front of Congress, they never put him under oath. They should have put him under oath. So if he was going to tell lies, which he did do in front of Congress about, you know, how far-reaching his part was in selling people's information, the truth would have come out. You know, and I still say to this day that what Congress should do is pull him up again, but put him under oath with his lawyers. So he has to answer to those, you know, to selling people's information.
Yeah, it's always, oops, sorry. You know, when everyone just stays on Facebook, it's like, oops, sorry. All your information.
Why would he sell all the information to China, though? China doesn't even use Facebook.
No, what it is, Megan, a lot of like countries around the world, they're incorporating active intelligence algorithms within a lot of their like police, security measures and things like that. So basically they want to know how people interact with each other so they can pick out certain code words that mean danger. So Zuckerberg sells information of how people interact to foreign countries, and then they take that intelligence gathering of how people interact with each other and they put it onto their AI systems.
I've just found that weird because China has actually got their own YouTube called Youku, and they've got they've got their own sort of Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that, which is like QQ and all of these other apps.
But it takes years and years, Megan, to build up an active intelligence system and an algorithmic system. It literally takes years and years and years for the systems to decipher and learn what is legit and what isn't. And so by Zuckerberg selling everybody's messages, everybody's interactions, they've got it all there, so they don't need to spend years and years and years catching up.
And that's why VPNs are illegal in China, because they don't want, because VPN blocks them from seeing like what I'm doing. And
that's right, yeah.
I actually pay for the service because I can't do anything unless I have one. And I even use it if I'm on their apps, because like I have WeChat, which is a Chinese app. And I use it. I try to use it when I'm on WeChat, but sometimes my connection is bad. Then, you know, if anybody wants to call me, they call me on WeChat. And I always sit there wondering, I wonder if they can monitor this. Do you know what I mean? Like I always wonder if they're monitoring that app, because you have to give quite a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like they want a lot of information.
Yeah, everything, Megan, everything is monitored. Every single thing online is monitored and recorded.
Somebody's
Every-
watching me.
Well,
No, there's a video out right now. It's on Netflix. I forget what it's called, Hacked or something like that. It's on Netflix, and it shows the whole structure of all the social media that rounds up all the information on you. How we all are just a big number to the internet, so to speak, the world. We're all just a big number. Everyone knows everything about us.
yeah. Have you seen? Have you
think they
seen
can see all
the?
the photos on my phone? You think they can see all the photos I have on my phone? Because that's not good.
They can see. They can see everything, Megan.
I don't want them seeing the photos I have on my phone. How do
I
I hide
made
that
a joke.
shit?
The government used to have big
Oh,
warehouses.
snap.
The government used to have big warehouses full of files, and now they were like, "Hey, wait a minute! Why are we storing all these files? Let's just give everyone a cell phone and Facebook."
Yeah. It's like in Japan, their camera system over there. Even if they can't see your face through facial recognition, they can tell by the gait of your walk who you are, what your phone number is, your address is, how much you've got in your bank account. They on the Japanese system, they literally know every single thing about your life, where you work, what times you come and go, and they can monitor people just walking around in the street and know exactly who they are, where they've come from, what they're up to, where they're going, because they're listening and watching every single thing that they do.
So they've seen, like
Everything.
Captain says in the chat, she says we can never be porn stars now. So everything that we could have done on porn websites is never going to happen.
Well, I personally think this is why a lot of these politicians bend the knee to, the people, the overseers, those that, run everything, that are, the dark forces that run everything above the government. So you've got all these people that have interacted ever on the internet, like maybe would-be politicians. So they know everything about that politician before they become a politician. So they've literally said, look, if you don't comply with what we say, then we're going to let this bit of information out about you. And it might be something where they just sent, a naked selfie to somebody like 10 years before, and they don't want that out there. So they sit there and they have to comply with everything that these overseers say and do.
Okay, well, I'm screwed.
Well, yeah, I talked about this the other day. Everything you do can kind of make or break you. So
That's true.
Yeah.
you say something or do something bad, it can always be screenshotted, recorded, and used against you later, actually. So I was trying to encourage people, be of good character when you're out. If you're trying to grow your YouTube, for example, you think you can go over to someone else's stream and start, saying bad things, whether it's about other religious groups or racial stuff or whatever it is, anyone can record that and screenshot it and use that against you later.
Well, Dave, I sent Zara a video from Sticks X and Hammer. When you watch it, Dave, just listen to what he's saying very, very carefully, and you'll understand a lot of what's going on YouTube.
The thing is, I thought I lived my life.
Oh, go ahead, Megan. Sorry.
No, you go.
Well, what was the end of what Glenn said? So you can see, did you say what's really going on YouTube? Is that what you said?
Yeah, with the algorithm, it explains it. See, the thing about Sticks, you see, he's got like a lot of insider knowledge. People can say, yeah, well, people just say these things, but no, Sticks has got he knows a lot of people. He knows a lot of IELTS people. He knows what's going on. So if you listen very carefully to what he's saying on that video Zara's going to send you when you get a minute, just watch it and you'll understand fully what's really going off on YouTube with the algorithm and what's really happening to people's channels.
Well, I think what's happening is, number one, it's censorship. That's number one.
Yeah, definitely.
And number two, a lot of people don't realize that, YouTube doesn't really have much concern about us smaller channels, sorry to say.
Everything you're saying, Dave, everything you're saying there, Dave, just listen very carefully to what Sticks is saying. And everything you've just said there, you will understand completely why I've sent that video to Zara for you to have a look at.
Well, the trending page on YouTube, for example, a small channel with 100 subscribers, you could wake up in the morning and have a viral video because he happened to capture you know, a gopher out in his yard or something that was cute, and it could be at 1.7 million views. Now you go to the trending section, Vivo, you know, the Late Show, you know, Jimmy Kimmel, you know, it's like we're getting squashed, you know.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, do you really think every channel on the trending page has a check mark? That means that they have to have 100,000 or more to have a check mark, and a lot of them have millions. Now, do they really have a video that's trending? No, they have a big channel that got 500,000 views on their channel.
Money talks.
It's money. Yeah, it is money.
Seriously, Dave, watch that video. Watch that video, Dave. Seriously.
Where is this video? Where is it?
I've just sent you the link on Hangouts, Dave.
Just now.
Yeah.
I honestly thought I lived my life mostly off grid because I don't have anything tracing me anywhere apart from one bank account and one PayPal. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I not because I'm hiding anything, but that's just how I choose to live. It's easier, you know, and I'm surprised because, I mean, okay, I don't use my full name on my YouTube or my Twitter or anything like that, but I obviously have a Facebook account, so it's quite daunting, you know what I mean, to think that I could send someone a text message or a photo and somebody can get that. Do you know what I mean? Like somebody can pull that off of somewhere.
Yep. I'm just
No, I don't have it everywhere. I don't have my full name. I have Megan's blog everywhere, but I don't have Megan, you know. And I don't have, like, I have Facebook account, but which is my full name, but everywhere else, it's Megan's blog. And Lotus. Other than that, I don't see that I have my real name anywhere. So I'm interested because if you're saying that I can send my girlfriend a photo and somebody can pull that up, that's kind of eerie, not gonna lie.
Yeah, the internet, you know, it used to be the internet of, you know, of things. Now it's the internet of everything. You know, so, you know, it doesn't matter what genre you're into, who you are, what status you have in life. You know, you cannot get away from putting your details or your information online at some point, whether it's to do with banking, whether it's just having a Facebook account, a YouTube account,
PayPal.
You know, PayPal, whatever, you know, whether it's to do with money or your personal life, everything is there for those that, you know, the overseers to either manipulate for their own means or to control people. And that is what the internet has become.
True.
Unfortunately. It's an internet of everything nowadays instead of, you know, just things.
What happened to the good old days of writing letters and pen pals?
Well,
do you know what? The internet and social media is a double-edged sword. The good side of it is that you can meet people that you would never ever normally meet in life, and from, you know, from all four corners of the planet. But yet on the other side of it, it's so that the internet creates so many problems as well. So it's like, you know, I think it's just a case of trying to keep that balance.
Right. We'll
You know,
smoke signals, Joanne. We can send smoke signals to each other.
Yeah.
You know, you have to put so much trust in these online companies, you know, these businesses that run online, you know, whether it's to do with, you know, internet shopping, whatever it's about, you know, you put so much trust in these people to keep your information safe. And as we all know, we all see the news from time to time where, you know, places have been hacked. You know, even Google's been hacked, YouTube's been hacked, Facebook's been hacked. They've all been hacked. The banks have been hacked. You know,
I'll be back in a minute.
And these are using military grade, you know, encryption. And if that can be hacked, you know, that just tells you that nothing is safe at all. At some point, sooner or later, you know, people are going to suffer the consequences, you know, of their information being leaked.
This is my point. What is the point?
I think it's just about complete control. Let's say there's one area where riots take off. They can just go online, literally, and just stop everybody's money on bank transactions. Just if basically if you don't disperse, we'll just flick a switch and basically you're screwed. All these will happen in the future. All this technology incorporated and the things they can do with it will happen in the future. It's like 5G, for instance. Now with like 3 and 4G, 2, 3 and 4G, we have towers, basically half a mile apart. When 5G gets up and running, the boxes that send the signals out will be literally every 250 yards. So they'll be on virtually every other lamppost. So, for inner city areas where the majority of people accumulate, internet will not be a problem. It will still be out in the rural areas where, the internet people will still struggle to get, good service. So within inner cities using 5G, because the signal boxes are virtually on every tower, every lamppost, every school, every set of traffic lights, you've got that signal. But the thing is, you see, with 5G, it's the signal can be turned up so high that it can literally make you feel like you're burning. So if there's certain areas, and this isn't like speculation, and this is not a conspiracy theory, this is fact. They can turn up those frequencies to such a degree that you will have nothing else better to do if you're rioting to disperse, because you'll feel as though you're burning. It's all been, it's been tested, and this is like the scary thing about 5G. Not with what it's actually meant to be used for, but what it can also actually do.
Right. I had somebody come into, it was on one of my streams where you guys told me about this 5G thing. Somebody came in one of my streams and was talking about this 5G and how dangerous it is and all this stuff. So I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's not conspiracy theory. That's not just conjecture or hearsay. That is actually a fact, what I've just said about 5G. And you can go on to anybody on the internet, on YouTube, who talk about 5G, and they will tell you the same. And these are the people that literally, the companies that run 5G, that are telling us this, that this, this is how it can also be incorporated for crowd control, or, to disperse rioting crowds. It's, again, technology pushes forward, but we're the ones, that are left behind, because, we just have to adhere to it. There's nothing we can do about it. The overseas, the corporate businesses that do all this stuff, they just keep moving ahead, for their own benefit. And it's just all about complete control of people. They don't want free thinkers, or people that can, cause a riot, to kick off, or, troubles to start in certain areas, not just, within the places that we live, but anywhere around the world. It can be used as a military grade weapon. And that's the be all and end all of 5G. It has, it's not just one thing where people sit at home and think, okay, so I can go on the internet. As soon as I touch that touch screen, instantly with 5G, you have it up on screen. There's no lag. There's nothing. Everything happens in milliseconds, so fast in the blink of an eye. So there's no lag times, or, that's good for us. But, at the same time, they're not telling you what other things that can be incorporated within like 5G, such as, turning it up and literally frying people. Right.
Well, they're actually releasing 5G in January here, as far as I know. So that's interesting. And everybody's raving about it, all these people, because everybody here, if you walk past anybody in China, it's like this all the time. So I'm interested to know more about it, because if it's that dangerous, then I don't want to be anywhere near it.
I'll send you, Megan, look for a channel called 42, THOUGHTY, 42, number 2. And just go back a couple of videos and you'll see where he's talking about 5G. Watch that and he'll tell you everything you need to know about 5G.
I'm back.
Okay, Dave.
Welcome back.
I watched Sticks on 2 times speed. Everything he said I already knew is true.
Yeah.
It's exactly true. It's exactly right. And by the way, 5G is marking the end of the world, the new world order, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But you have to pay for it. Like here in China, what I mean, you cannot be near. And what I mean by that is that if that's the case, I'm not going to upgrade my stuff to have it. If that's my point.
Right.
Like,
The thing is,
5G is
Megan,
gonna become the ultimate control over the people.
yeah, you cannot continue to use 2G, 3G, or 4G. They will very rapidly become defunct. So you have to use 5G. You have no other way.
So you can't even get away from it.
Everybody, it's going to control the world. It's going to be on every street corner, just like you were talking about.
That's true.
Yeah.
So they actually don't leave you with any choice, really.
No, you've got no choice.
Preppers and stuff and go and live out in the bush off grid because of all this stuff that goes on. I'm not surprised.
You should now. I know it's a mixed panel, mixed chat, but you should watch. There are some videos I've watched on 5G from the Christian standpoint, Mark of the Beast, End of the World, that kind of stuff. It's pretty interesting, actually.
Oh, I bet it is.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to.
Who knows? Maybe they'll make the 5G will be the one that creates the zombies.
Maybe.
Who knows?
No, that thing that was a good video. Sticks made very good video.
It is. I'm gonna have to slowly start closing down because my sister's gonna be picking me up in about half an hour.
We're just starting to have so much fun.
I know.
Just when the topic gets interesting.
Well, I can't help it. She said they were in a traffic jam and they weren't going to be back in Munich till about 5. And now she's written me saying she's picking me up at 3.
It's okay. We forgive you, Zara. We forgive you. We love you.
Yeah, Mr. Kaplan, I really do understand what you're saying there. She just wrote in the chat. People don't have anything to worry about, to be honest. That is okay. That is a really good thing to say, but it's when things start to go wrong that that's when these things that are being incorporated, such as 5G, will be used. They're already using the exact same frequencies in the military to control opposing soldiers and opposing military forces. They're already using that exact same frequency, that exact same technology to subdue forces.
Mark my words, this is just my opinion. 5G, the RFID chip, all this stuff always comes in the name of righteousness. There's a good reason why you should have it, but believe me, there's a sinister reason it's going up. I'm just saying, it's not just to get faster upload speeds. That's not what it's all about at all. It's going to be about world control. Trust me. 5G.
Yeah, they can literally switch off anything they want to, like within a centimeter of each other.
And nobody can stop it because it's coming.
It is coming.
Yep.
Hi, Fallen Angel Caroline.
Zara, by the way, if you are shutting this down, I want to thank you for inviting me up in your panel. It's been an honor.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me too. I'm sorry that it took me 2 rounds to get up here.
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's just nice to have you up here. And obviously,
really nice chat. We talked about coffee, the end of the world.
I think really anything and everything.
Rabbits, hamsters.
Yeah, this is
it was really nice to speak to Glenn in person for a change, not in a chat or.
It is.
No, it's just nice. These nice. I call them downtime streams.
Yeah.
You just it's just you're just having a chit chat. It's nice and chilled, and it's just really relaxing. I like if I'm doing these down streams, or even if I'm doing any of my paranormal stuff. Actually, or panels for that matter as well. I just like to have the atmosphere as if you know, you may be in the pub with your mates, or you're at home having a coffee or a bottle of wine. You know, you're just surrounded, that nice, comfortable feeling.
Right.
Well, I personally, Zara, think it's good for your channel because it allows people that maybe were kind of on the, to just be able to still do what you're focused on your channel, but show another side to yourself.
Oh, it's some of the older ones that have known me for a good few years. They've seen the other side of me as well, which I don't do anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean, stay true to your channel, but it's kind of nice to show another side to yourself. And
yeah. Oh,
You know?
I'm always up for a laugh and a chat and a giggle, even if I'm doing like I've got one of my boxes going. It's always, I like to keep that good energy, that good flow. Yeah, and I don't tolerate all the other type of stuff that goes on. It's just not welcome. You know.
See what it was before, Zara, with you is, you know, you've always been the person you are today. It's what other people try to make you.
Yeah.
And you walked away from all that.
Yeah, I did, and in a very big way as well.
Yeah.
And I've not looked back since.
No, that's a good thing to do. That you want to be true to yourself. That's what I'm trying to do on YouTube. Be true to myself and be who I really am, and not be shaped by what other people are telling me I should do.
You see, the paranormal, Dave, can be an extreme, you know, depending on what circles you're running within the paranormal. As a genre, it's an extremely volatile place to be.
I believe it.
Extremely volatile. For such a small, you know, piece of the internet on YouTube, the paranormal it's extremely volatile. You know, so you have to choose your place within that field of who you want to be, how you want to go out. You know, and again, when I was talking earlier about my older channel, you know, and why now I keep my anonymity, is it any wonder that I do, you know, with all the drama and everything that goes off, you know. So when I restarted again with Zara's help, in fact, we helped each other an awful lot when Zara created Paranormal White Noise. You know, it was a joint effort, you know, to present the paranormal in a positive, good, kind, clean, drama-free way. And we've always stuck with that, you know. So we will not ever tolerate the drama. If it's ever in our channels, it's immediately, you know, it's gone. It's just immediately blocked, you know. So we choose moderators that actually know the difference of who's who, what people are about, and, you know, whether to, you know, block them. Because if drama is allowed to come into your channel, and especially your chats, everybody else sees it as though you're actually complicit in that drama that's going on. So therefore, you become a target too. So we always wanted to go out in a professional, you know, clean manner, and be presentable with the things we do.
But that doesn't mean that if need be, I do actually address some stuff. If it's directed at me, I do address stuff. But the thing is, if I have to do something to address something, you'll only see it there for about 12 to 24 hours, and then it's removed because it's over and done with, and I've moved on.
Yeah, it's very seldom you've ever had to do that. Those are, you know, again, it's when other people create drama for you. You know, you're not in drama. You don't do drama.
No.
But other people, by association, you know, will one way or another try to drag you in, you know, to drama. The same with me, you know. So we just completely ignore that. We're just not interested at all.
No.
I've been dragged into drama. I know the drill. I've tried to get away from it. I've been dragged in. It consumes you.
We do us, and that's it. We do us, and that's it. We go where we want to go. Don't get involved with anybody else's stuff that goes on. It's like I've said to you, Dave, on your streams. You know, when it comes down to especially the PWN channel, it's Switzerland.
Yeah,
it's a neutral place. Everybody's welcome. It doesn't matter if you've had fights, arguments with them in the past. Is that when you come here, you are respectable to each other. You don't have to talk to each other. That's completely fine. It doesn't bother me. You just have to, you know, I've got in comparison to other channels, they've got very loose rules. I'm actually quite strict. I go down the route of zero tolerance. You know, you bring it, you do it once, you're out, you're gone. It's that, and I've had to actually do that to friends as well, because where something was accidentally said or this, that, or the other, and it's like, nope, sorry, boom, gone. I have to. I don't. There's just too much of it online. Not just in not just in this genre, but all different genres. And it's, you know, keep it over at those channels. Just don't bring it here. Leave all that stuff at the door. You're welcome to come and enjoy yourself, have fun, have a laugh, but anything else, forget it. Not welcome. Don't want it.
No, it's been a great stream. Chat's been real nice. Everything's been great.
Yeah. And it is normally like this, whether it's one of these streams or if it's an angel card reading stream, if it's a spirit box session stream, a panel stream. It is normally like this, because I think words got around. It's like, no, don't get on the wrong side of Zari. You don't want to see that. We saw it years ago. Just don't do it.
Yeah, can I just address Peggy's question there, Blackwing Paranormal? Right, Peggy, look, you know, within any subject matter, everybody has their own opinion of what they believe or what they perceive. What me and Zara do is we incorporate everybody's opinions and we incorporate what everybody has to say. And if we can help to put a good light on that, to educate, which is what me and Zara try to do in the paranormal, is educate people. Hence the amount of educational videos that Zara has in her playlist. You know, we look at everybody as equals. You know, nobody is above anybody else. You know, and that's, you know, that's the way a lot of people should see things. Nobody is above any other investigator. You know, nobody is an expert. You know, we don't even know if these things exist. You know, so the take that we put on it is it doesn't matter who we have in our chats or who we talk to in Messenger to help them to understand certain things. Everybody is spoken to and never looked down onto. You know, we like to take everybody who follow us and treat them all the same, with dignity, you know, with respect, and we will always listen. Yep. So, you know, that's the way we see things, Peggy.
Yeah, totally. Respect everybody's beliefs. It doesn't matter whether you're religious, not religious. At the end of the day, everything comes down to a matter of respect. You know, respect what people's ideals, values, and so on. That's, you know, just respect.
You see, the only thing that we won't involve ourselves in is the silliness of the paranormal. You know, we might be hated for it, you know, because we're smaller channels, but you can guarantee that if we talk about the paranormal, it will be like the most honest, opinionated view you will probably hear, because, you know, there's a lot of people within the paranormal field that go on their own journeys, and that's fine. That's entirely up to them, whatever anybody else wants to do on their channels. We haven't got a problem with that. So what we do is we do real paranormal and look at the subject as a real subject, not as in all this fakery that goes off, you know, and all this, whatever. People in the paranormal know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, whatever other people do, we're not involved in that. We just do us to the best of our abilities, and we will listen to everybody's opinions and viewpoints without, you know, judging or, you know, casting a shadow over anything they do. We're here to educate. I've been in the paranormal field for 38 years. So I know what true paranormal is about. I'm an old school style investigator. You know, a lot of people that you see in the paranormal you know, in the genre of the paranormal have been brought up on TV shows. So therefore, their channels reflect investigating as a TV show does it. Well, I'm old school. You know, I'm hands-on. I'm in the moment investigator. I'm not like other investigators. You know, I'm not there to say 100% guaranteed spirits will get tonight on the spirit box. I'm not there for that, you know, because that doesn't happen in real paranormal. You know, it's not about the clickbait or, you know, the faking or whatever anyone else wants to do. But one point I must make is when certain channels do put certain things out and you think, well, this is not real, just take a look further down and you'll see that word entertainment. If that group or that person is under entertainment, then you take it with a pinch of salt. It's when people come across serious in the paranormal or try to come across serious in the paranormal that give the misconceptions out. That's where me and Zara like to put our take on it and put things out there as true and honest and what, you know, nobody knows anything because it's all subjective. It's all open to interpretation. Nothing is, you know, can be classified as 100%.
True.
Whether it's to do with spirits or whatever people do. You know, we have our own take on the paranormal. Zara's learned a lot from me in the time I've been talking to her. We spent hours talking about presenting, you know, a stream that may be going out, say, in 2 weeks' time. We're literally talking about the content, how it's going to be approached. So what you see from Zara's streams is that production value where everything is adhered to and any question that can be asked is adhered to about that topic we're talking about. So we're constantly researching behind the scenes to try and help other people as best we can to understand what the paranormal is about. And that is literally what me and Zara do and advocate for within the paranormal genre.
That's true. And I think with that being said, because I've got 13 minutes to get ready.
Oh, okay. All right. End it.
I've got that is like, I know what Glenn's like. He really goes really in depth and it's actually really good because he's more or less the only person that does that.
All I can say to everyone in the chat is thanks for coming. Thanks for being here to support Zara.
Exactly. Thank you ever so much.
And don't keep her any longer. She's not going to get ready and meet her sister.
No, I've got my sister picking me up.
I know all about that.
We got to get her time to get hygienically clean.
Well, sort of.
Thanks so much for having me, Zara.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you here, Dave. You too, Megan.
Pleasure to actually talk.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
You're
Megan, you know I love you, so.
Well, I'm gonna. Well, before I do my last words, yeah, it works well in all the panel streams, and I like it here as well. Last words over to you guys before I give my final.
Well, I'll just say thank you very much, Dave. Talking to you for the first time, it's been an ultimate pleasure, and the same for you as well, Megan, sweetheart.
Thank you. It was nice to come up and finally talk to you too, Glenn. The only thing I have to say is, guys, you need to find the beauty in the world. We have a rough life, most of us. We deal with things on a daily basis, and find something that makes you smile.
Very true.
And Sarah, thank you for having me.
It's
I
been
love you, girl.
Absolute pleasure, my dear. Absolute pleasure.
I just wanted to say thanks for having me up here, and thanks to the chat for just being here, supporting Zara. And I hope you have an awesome Saturday. I hope everyone Saturday for me.
Yeah, Zara will add the links to Megan's channel and Dave's channel and Ben's channel in the description below when the video goes out.
I will do indeed.
So if you'd like to subscribe to Dave and Megan and Ben, that's all good.
Not even worried about that. Came to support you, Zara. That's why I'm here. Hang out.
Yeah.
Fun.
And I think with that, I'm going to end the stream with everything that I say at the end of every video and at the end of every single stream. Stay truthful, stay honest, and make sure every single day counts. So I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll catch you around somewhere on social media.
All right. Bye.
See you later, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.